rounds of golf. Now that Trey Lamb is known as the best golfer amongst all these coaches, if he starts taking on water, how many golf references come up during the broadcast on CBS Sports Network?
Exactly. By the way, if you had a conference two-man best ball, the American would walk away with it with Dilfer and Trey Lamb.
Can you imagine?
They would lap the field.
Hell, they might both make the cut at some of these PGA Tour events.
Hey, Breakline Optics, speaking of golf, great to have these out on the golf course. My wife was asking yesterday, we were driving to church, I was wearing mine. She goes, I need to look at a new pair of glasses. Do they have ladies' frames on it? They've got glasses frames for everyone. I was explaining to her the meaning of brake line. Brake line, if you do not know, it's got an outdoors connotation to it. It is the line where the salt water and the fresh water meet. That is the brake line, and that's what these glasses are named after, BreaklineOptics.com. Here's the takeaway, though. The name, all that's fine. Here's what you need to know. These things are built to last. They are durable. They're not going to be affected by the salt water, the pool water, the ocean water. They're made to be worn in places like that. And the lenses that you get in Breakline Optics are cast-molded Trivex polarized lenses. What that means for you is you can't break these things. You can take a hammer to them. You're not going to break these lenses. I've seen it done. Those are fantastic glasses. If you want to touch them and feel them for yourself, Deep South Outfitters in the Birmingham area has got them in stock. Or if you just want to see everything they've got online and order right there, you can do it there as well at BreaklineOptics.com. BreaklineOptics.com. Go get ready for that summer adventure with some glasses from Breakline Optics. BreaklineOptics.com. It's time for trash. Tyler, if you please will, assuming the computer cooperates, hit that big button. It worked.
I do not want anything that carries the Starbucks logo on this church property. You hear me? That is Lilith 1,000%. I've studied it. It is a demon. It is sexual deviance. I am done with I've been done with Starbucks for a long time. It's communist coffee anyhow. You can go and drink a gallon of Starbucks a day. That's fine. Don't you bring in cups in this room. If I see it, I'm going to tell you to take it out. You hear me? I'm telling you, that company is not only one of the most godless companies on the planet, they are full-blown 1,000% a witch's coven. I promise you it's the facts.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. I don't know if you saw this story breaking overnight.
Real quick, we were in Nashville. Sorry to interrupt. And both my daughters wanted something for Starbucks, and it's all I could think about when I was walking in there. I was like, I'm walking into a coven of witches right now.
Yeah, hey, do you think that little soundbite affects their business at all?
That Starbucks was quite busy at that moment.
I don't know if you saw this story. This is crazy. The brother of late NFL legend and U.S. Army Ranger Pat Tillman.
I saw this, yeah.
Involved in an early Sunday morning crash that caused a post office to catch fire.
Yeah, a lot going on in this.
This takes a turn here. Now, San Jose police are investigating a crash occurred around 3 a.m. local time at the post office in question. This is per NBC Bay Area. Richard Tillman, main suspect, as he was taken into custody in relation to the fire. When police arrived, they found a vehicle drove into the post office, caught on fire, which also caused the building to flame up. Now, Richard Tillman told police officers that he was Pat Tillman's brother at the scene. According to the outlet, he also said that he was live streaming the situation on social media as well.
Very bizarre.
Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office jail records confirm Richard Tillman booked on Sunday, though no charges have been publicly known.
There's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Auburn, join us over on thebarnauburn.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on thebarnauburn.com.
Just because you've quit going to the gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of nextroundlive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President. The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
Jim Dunaway. Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
A little more than a month away from kickoff of the college football season, a little more than a week away from the kickoff of the NFL exhibition season. If you just hunger to watch football on TV, 1 week from Thursday, you'll be able to do that with the NFL Hall of Fame game. We've got both college football and the NFL in the show today. He is Lance Taylor. I'm Ryan Brown. Dunaway remains on his golf vacation. He'll be back with us later this week. Tyler is here. Scott Forrester on the video. Taylor Corn handling social media. Our SEC reporter is Emily Grace McWhorter. You can go to our YouTube channel and see the interviews she has done with players at SEC Media Days and over in Tuscaloosa as well. She'll be along later with us for the pennant race. Talk a little Atlanta Braves. Most Braves fans I know have given up. I guess they have not yet.
Hey, Drake Baldwin, rookie, 6 runs driven in last night, 9-5 win over San Francisco. Bryce Elder wasn't really good, 11 base runners, but only give up 3 runs in 5 innings. They got to win, but yeah, I kind of think this season is, if you're taking bright spots, Acuna's been really good. Drake Baldwin's got a lot of upside.
We didn't get to it yesterday. How about that throw he made against your Dodgers the other day? That was a laser.
Yeah, it was.
And not even a crow hop either. That was from a dead standstill.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy. When they win a championship, he goes out for the season.
Yep.
And they're really dead and buried. And he's having a Ronald Acuna-like season this year, and it's just not equating to wins.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see him go first to home on a single last night?
I did. That's
wild.
Again, 5-tool player, and there's not a ton of them, but he is legitimate.
Yeah, and that's Scott. That just shows hustle, right?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive against major league players. This is not Pinto Little League.
It also shows maybe a little bit of a lack of urgency on the other side.
Probably so, but still, that's world-class speed to be able to do that.
I did, and there's a lot of people that agree with this. Like Shohei Ohtani, maybe the best player over the last 20 years.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I
Best all around?
I still think the most feared person that we've ever seen in baseball is Barry Bonds. When you're walking somebody with the bases loaded, that's. Really, it was like slow pitch softball that final year. I don't care how many PEDs he had in his body.
Lamb I Believer says, don't forget that's on 2 reconstructed knees, Scott, that he's making that run on.
Yep.
Those are surgically repaired knees.
Missed time this year coming back from an ACL.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And for some reason I said against the Dodgers, against the Yankees, obviously the throw he made the other day. So
yeah, to end the busy weekend in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's quite a weekend, wasn't it? You got Beyonce, wrestling, All-Star game, and the most storied franchise
and again,
all of sports maybe in town.
I want to bring this up because, the clothing industry is big.
Yeah.
And for Atlanta to host market that same week, I just don't know how they had the hotels. And Atlanta's a good hotel town.
Yeah, there are a lot of hotels downtown. I don't know where people stayed for the All-Star game. I didn't see a whole lot of All-Star stuff. I just saw so much Beyonce stuff down where we were.
But we were in a cookie-cutter hotel. It wasn't bad at all,
no,
the
it's
Spring
a
Hill
fine
Suites.
hotel, yeah.
But it is cookie-cutter. But, they were charging like $250 a night or something.
Oh, yeah, it was not cheap, yeah. I was surprised you could find hotel rooms in Atlanta. Apparently you could.
I wonder how many media members, and this had to happen. You don't get a lot of opportunities to see the New York Yankees in Atlanta, and there's a lot of Yankees fans out there. I wonder how many guys just hung back.
I don't know.
After Thursday and just make it a full week.
You ever seen the Yankees play?
I have. I've been to Old Yankee Stadium.
Oh, have you?
And I've been to New Yankee Stadium, yeah.
I've never been to Yankee Stadium. I saw them play in Atlanta one time. It was an old Turner Field. It was just an interleague game. It wasn't a playoff game or anything like that. Or a World Series, obviously. That would be in a World Series.
They bring a crowd.
Yeah, they bring a crowd, and I saw David Wells pitch, and Jennifer and I were dating at the time, and she was with me at the game, and she couldn't get over the fact that David Wells couldn't keep his jersey tucked in. You remember how big he was?
I don't think it was a priority for him.
It was not. She was like, it's just so sloppy out there. Like, everybody else is so put together. And the guy on the mound, his jersey won't stay tucked in.
Well, that's the only thing I can remember about David Wells. Great pitcher. But I remember the jersey being out, and I remember the time that he would wear, like, the homage to Babe Ruth, the small hat.
Yeah.
He had that big-ass head.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of that, 45-year-old Rich Hill is getting called up today. You see this, Forrester?
He's a knuckleballer.
I did not.
No.
Or is he just a trash? It's not a knuckleballer, but he just throws a bunch of trash, a bunch of garbage.
45-year-older getting called up for the minors to start against the Cubs today for the Royals.
I mean, I'm 49, so he's not that much younger than me. I cannot imagine, Lance, going back down to the minors at that age. Like the travel those guys have to do. Like I've got a friend whose son is now in the Rays organization. He was in the Rockies organization, played here locally in high school. And just hearing some of the stories from him about his son, who's still young in his 20s, and how much, the travel and all of that and the hotels.
From our longtime listeners, they'll remember my buddy Keith Ginner, who we're still really good friends. But, he played with the Astros, the A's, and the Brewers. But he was up and down, but I remember when he was playing AAA, and he when he was traveling with the team, they had to room, but he'd already been in the bigs, and he was on a major league contract still, so he would pay for his own room.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So a lot of those guys do it because they get, and that was in his 20s. But Rich Hill to be 45 to be in the minor leagues right now, AAA Omaha.
I mean, that's just grinding.
And by the way, he's 4-4 with a 5.36 ERA and 9 starts at Omaha this year.
And he's getting called up.
Hey, he's got to love the game, right?
I guess so. I mean, because
or hates his wife.
One of the two, does not like being home or loves playing baseball. One of the two. Like I will occasionally, the Corn Ferry Tour is the tour right below the PGA Tour. And I'll occasionally flip past the Golf Channel and it'll be on and I'll stop and watch a minute and I'll see a guy that I hadn't heard of in 5 or 6 years who was on tour for a little while, and he's back down on the Corn Ferry Tour trying his best to grind it back up one more time.
Is Corn
just
Ferry
get on the big tour one more time?
Because, I think it's always been AA is more of your hot prospects. AAA is, you get some of those guys. You get a lot of rehab guys. You get the Rich Hills that come down. But is Corn Ferry more double or triple?
No, it's AA. I mean, it's the guys that are going to be on the PGA Tour at some point.
So the best Corn Ferry player right now, would he win a national championship in golf?
Oh, in college?
Yeah.
Oh, but he would lap the field.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just amazing the levels of golf because, on the SEC network, you'll watch, the SEC championship and you're like, man, those dudes are unbelievable. Or if you're just you just see a regular club pro, out on a Tuesday in Birmingham, you're like, that guy's incredible. But the levels and then Corn Ferry and then what you get.
The PGA Tour. I always tell people, like, the gap from the best player at your club to the best player on the Corn Ferry Tour is bigger than you think. The gap from the best player on the Corn Ferry Tour just to a mid-tier PGA Tour guy is bigger than you think. The gap from the mid-tier tour guy to Scotty Scheffler is astronomical. So imagine the gap from the best guy at your club to Scotty Scheffler, right? How big is that gap?
Oh, do you remember? So we were playing in a Wedgwood tournament, and I called you after it because I was playing with these guys, and we had this caddy.
That's right.
And he was playing at Jack State, and he was from some European country. I can't even remember.
If he was at Jack State, probably Argentina.
But, I like to wager a little bit.
I do.
So we got on that back nine, and I was like, and I really didn't know his story. We were talking a little bit, and he said he was a golfer, and the other guys were playing pretty good, and I was like, I'll take my caddy cold here. And we started doing different wagers, and he was hitting missiles like within 4 or 5 feet of the pin without any warm-up swings. And the kid was like 20, 21 years old, and I was like, there's no chance this guy's not on the PGA Tour. And I remember calling you and saying, we need to sponsor this guy.
I do remember this.
And you're like, there's a lot of those guys out there.
I'm
like, not like this guy.
Yeah, I laughed at you. I was like, Lance, these guys are everywhere. Everywhere. And you're like, no, Brown, this guy's good. I'm like, he will not be on the tour.
I do think he won the OVC tournament
I'm sure
that year.
Yeah.
But I've never heard from him
and
again.
then what you'll get, too, like I think Duffner was a little bit of this at Auburn, is guys that don't just have this outstanding pro or college career, but something clicks for them when they make it on the tour. And they have a much better tour career than they did a college career. You'll see guys like that all the time. But you see that in the NFL, too. Like, I mean, you watch.
In the NFL, for sure.
Yeah. You'll watch a lot of guys on Sunday, like, I don't even know where he played college. And you go look and you're like, He didn't really do a ton in college.
Oh, yeah. When you look, outside of the Alabamas and the Auburns and the Ohio State rosters that are on every roster, there is a ton of Group 5 guys.
Yeah. By the way, in the show today, an SEC football player that is called a wild card by NFL scouts, a wild card, and I think might be the most fascinating player in the Southeastern Conference. Okay, so I'm going to make that case probably in the next segment. The most fascinating player in the Southeastern Conference. And the reason I say this is, well, I'll save it. I think this could be the most fascinating player in the Southeastern Conference. Also, we got a ton of NFL on the show that we're going to get to. Is again, the Hall of Fame game is a little more than a week away, and Big Ten Media Days has started today in Vegas. Tony Pettiti, the Big Ten commissioner, like Greg Sankey does, first up on the mic, kind of a State of the Union address for the Big Ten. He made some college football playoff comments that we'll get to. We'll start, though, by telling you about our friends at Odie's. That's where we'll be tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, Odie's Fest coming up this Saturday. We talked to our good buddy Will Haver yesterday. Yacht Rock Review is going to be out there. If you want to get those tickets, odiesfest.com. You can stop into one of those 2 great Odie's locations, grab lunch or dinner, pick up some tickets for this weekend. Live music every Friday and Saturday at both locations, the original Crestline. We will be at that one tomorrow night, 8 o'clock every Wednesday for Odie's Team Trivia. Newest location in Edgewood. Great food at Bo's, from the award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham institution, it's Odie's Tavern.
And New Life Art. Daniel Moore is the guy. Daniel A. Moore. DanielMooreArt.com is where you can see it. And with code TNR, you could save. Paintings like the buzzer beater down at Auburn. Wrapping up the regular season this past season, Mark Sears makes the runner in overtime to get the win. He put it on canvas, the buzzer beater, just one of many great moments in Alabama sports history that Daniel Moore has put on canvas, from the goal line stand to the gravedigger to the buzzer beater. You can get them all at DanielMooreArt.com, DanielMooreArt.com. Great piece for any room in your home if you're a big Bama fan, or a great gift as well. Code TNR when you're at DanielMooreArt.com, and you can save right there with our guy, Daniel A. Moore. All right, Tony Pettiti, he is the commissioner of the Big 12.
Tyrannical Tony.
Tyrannical. So, but you got to change Grumpy Greg. He was not grumpy this time.
He was not grumpy.
What are you going to go with?
I don't know.
You were Greedy Greg?
Greedy Greg, yeah.
That's what you called him.
Yeah, I think it is more Greedy Greg.
He was not grumpy this past time. He was in a much better mood.
And I would say, king of the world, but they've lost back-to-back national championships. They haven't won national championships since 2022. I mean, think about the last time was Georgia in the pouring rain in open SoFi Stadium.
Georgia TCU was the last SEC championship. That game seems like forever ago. It really does.
And it wasn't a game.
It was not. But it does seem like forever ago.
If I would have told you that night, you know what, we're going to be going into the 2025 college football season, and this is going to be your last SEC national champion,
I would be like, no, Georgia ain't falling off like that, and neither is Alabama. Nick Saban's at Alabama. They're not going to fall off. I mean, Saban would retire the very next year after that.
Okay, I'll ask this question again 15 times before we kick it. SEC or the field?
Right now?
Right now.
Because, all right, so normally you say the field because I get all these teams. Really, the field in my mind, Lance, gives me Clemson, Ohio State.
I was going to say Clemson and take your pick of the Big Ten, right? Like
Ohio. Well, how deep do you want to go in the Big Ten?
Well, but I'm saying, there's no other conference, right? It's Notre Dame.
That's true. I got to include Notre Dame.
Got to include Notre Dame. I mean, they played for it last year.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be better this year. I don't know about the quarterback situation, but I think you go Clemson, Notre Dame, a handful of teams in the Big Ten, handful of teams in the SEC.
Well, I think there's 4 in the SEC.
I agree.
Now,
how many realistically, and I know you and I aren't fans of this Penn State love,
but I would have to include them.
Yeah. They are a realistic national championship contender.
I would say Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon are the only 3 that would worry me out of the Big Ten. Then I got to add Clemson. Then I got to add Notre Dame. I think there's 5 from the field that I have to be concerned about.
Yeah, I would take the SEC this year.
I mean, I feel like it's 4 versus 5, so it's almost an even bet. I mean,
almost an even bet, and then it's almost like the do factor swinging around. I mean, when was the last time, and I'm asking, I don't know, that the SEC went 3 consecutive years without winning a national championship?
I bet you got to go back before Urban Meyer in Florida, right? Or really back before Les Miles and LSU.
Would this have been in the 90s maybe with Florida State and Nebraska? You ponder on it. I'm going to pull this.
I mean, I'm trying to remember who won those. All right, so LSU won 07.
After 06, after Florida.
Florida 06, LSU 07.
You're not going to get any of them.
Florida 08, then Alabama started in, and they never went 3 straight. And if they did, Georgia jumped in and won one.
Yeah, you can.
So you got to go all the way back before 2006. I mean, we're a good almost 20 years since the SEC has gone 3 straight years without winning a national championship.
Okay, so I am going to take it back to, well, it's probably, it's going to be right before, well, no. So 2006, Florida. Before that, Texas, USC, And then LSU split, so you got to give
credit there.
Okay, so before that, 2002, Ohio State, Miami, Oklahoma.
Okay, so we got to go back to 2002.
23 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, you would say, well, the odds tell me then that the SEC is going to win it. When do they go 3 straight without doing it? So, based on that, I think you're probably right. I think I would take the Southeastern Conference here.
Now, this is crazy. You know who's got the most national championships?
Like all time?
Yeah.
Conference-wise?
No, team.
Oh, Alabama. Well, I mean, now, wait a minute.
Now, this is claimed, and it's awarded since 1869.
Yeah, I don't really – the pre-World War II stuff was so sketchy. Who does it say?
They've got Princeton at 28.
Okay. When's the last time they won one?
They've got Yale at 27, and then they've got Alabama at 24. Before you go get a tattoo, I can't even come up with 24,
Holy
right?
crap. I mean, I think even Roll Tide Willie doesn't count 24. How are they counting 24? I think like the 1941 is pretty debated, and that's when people actually count.
So here are the ones they count. 25, 26, and 30 under Wallace Wade.
All right.
34, 41 under Frank Thomas.
Okay.
61, 64, 65, 73, 78, 79 under Bear Bryant.
Yep.
92 under Stallings. And then the 9, 11, 12, 15, 17, 20 under Saban.
So that equals 24?
Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
I think 18 is the accepted number.
I don't know where
they get the other 6.
Yeah. I'm just reading from the graph.
Yeah. Yeah, 24 is a bit heavy. Is that Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
I just should have asked my robot, right?
Yeah, ask your robot.
Well, I've asked him deep questions the last couple of days.
I don't even think the robot would say 24. I think the robot would be like, let's hold it 18. 18 is pretty well accepted. Are you going to ask the robot?
I'm just going to ask the robot how many national championships Princeton has in football.
Princeton or Alabama?
Well, Princeton first with a 20. Yeah, well, I'll ask Alabama.
Ask
We
Alabama.
don't really care about.
Yeah.
How many college?
Landmine Believer says, I've always said 41 is BS, but it holds 1966 spot, so I'm okay with it. 41 is the one I brought up. 66 is the one Alabama thinks they got ripped off on. I would say most any big program probably has one that is sketchy and one they feel like they got ripped off on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the robot's spot on.
Well, the
University of
robot's
Alabama
18?
has won 18 national championships.
That's the accepted number.
And just look at that information that just keeps rolling out.
I know. You love that robot.
I do.
18 is pretty much the accepted number. That's the number, like when they use the Alabama helmet on sets, they use the helmet with the number 18 on it because of that.
And that's the majority of tattoos right now.
That's right.
Hey, you know what I asked the robot right when I woke up this morning?
What time is it?
Old man, no. What does it mean to wake up with pain in hands?
But you have pain in both hands?
Yeah, I reached out to Dr. Patterson the other day because I thought it was L4, L5 that was like affecting the left side of my body. And he's like, if you're getting hand pain, it's probably your neck. And I woke up today and it's my right hand now. So I got some kind of neck issue.
Yeah, what the robot
Can't
said.
call Hemphill on that.
Well, by the way, Jay said I had to call Hemphill this morning. It's a hot day. There you go.
Yeah.
Smart idea.
Waking up with pain in your hands can stem from various cases ranging from temporary issues to chronic conditions. Here are some common reasons based on medical insights, and the robot went so deep I had to stop reading.
Yeah, it's just a medical issue. I'm not going to read all that. So Tony Pettiti takes the podium today. The 2 takeaways, I'm sure he said a lot of things, and I'm sure it'll be dissected, but the 2 takeaways, the Big Ten is not a fan of the 5+11. That's the one you like. Big Ten still says we are not in on 5+11 right now.
Why do you think the reasoning is there?
I don't know. In fact, he says they are okay staying at 12. He's like, we're fine with 12, which I bet they are. I mean, I bet they are because you look at last year, they had 4 teams that could have made the playoffs. Those 4 teams easily made the playoffs.
Well, and that's the same with the SEC. But I think if you're gonna stretch it and you're gonna get that 5th, then you need to go to 16.
Yeah, and I would like to think that Tony Pettiti feels that way. Like, we could get 5 one year. I don't think they're particularly close to doing that.
But would you be surprised this year if we were at 16, if Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State,
Illinois,
and
Michigan.
And let's just throw in Michigan, Indiana, or Iowa. I mean, if they were to get 5 in, much like the SEC,
it wouldn't stun me.
It's not going to surprise me if Florida or you had a surprise like an Ole Miss and not Arkansas, Ole Miss, Auburn, Oklahoma. If there was a 5th team that slid in there, it's not going to surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me either. And look, I think all of this is, this is all posturing. Greg Sankey said what he said. Jim Phillips, who's the ACC commissioner, is talking this morning. It'll largely go and notice what he says about it. But Tony Pettiti and Greg Sankey are going to position. I am sure they are a lot closer than it appears from the outside looking in on some sort of agreement, but they've all got to position and get what they want out of it. Like, we talked about the SEC might be willing to go to 9 games if everybody agrees on strength of schedule playing a heavy role in the selection. Like, the SEC is going to say, okay, we'll give you what you want, but we're going to get something back. And I'm sure Tony Pettiti, we'll go for the 5-11, but we want this. I don't know what it would be that he would want, but he wants something out of it. So, I mean, when I see this, Lance, I just assume it's always posturing. It's just public posturing to try to get something you want out of it in the long run. And we'll see what that is.
Well, look, and I understand this is the job of Pettiti and Sankey.
Yep.
But it does, on the surface, look greedy. I mean, your conference is, look, they control college football. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a reason they control college football. But when you want more and more and more, it's just going to make more and more people dislike both of the conferences.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, they're not going to win a PR war, and they know that. They are going to be the enemy of college athletics.
But they're going to win 19 or 20 national championships.
That's right, and that's what they care about. And they're going to control the sport, and if it makes them an enemy, it makes them an enemy. As I mentioned, the ACC Media Days, that's in Las Vegas, the Big Ten Media Days. And if anything else comes out of there, we'll let you know. The ACC Media Days, I think you'll find this interesting. This is a guy that one of the more polarizing guys in the history of our show.
Okay, do they do a media vote with the ACC?
I do not know.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find out. I'm not certain. I haven't heard that they don't. But from ACC Media Days, this is one of the more polarizing guys in the history of this show. And I thought Lance was way too tough on this guy. And I finally came back around to where Lance was. Lance was right all along. The ACC Network today announced the addition of Jimbo Fisher to their analyst crew. Jimbo Fisher, former Florida State and Texas A&M head coach, is going to be part of their studio show every single Saturday, which is an indication he's not close to coaching anywhere, it doesn't appear.
Look, I mean, Jimbo's had an incredible career. It's been a wild career. Like, I remember watching him play at Samford when he was a very, very good small school quarterback. And then you're talking about a guy that really grinded his way up through the ranks and then got the most ridiculous buyout in college football history. But listening to Jimbo last year on College Sports Series XM, yeah. And he was jumping on there with Hester and E.J. Manuel.
Okay.
Yeah. And
has he slowed down any, or is he still talking 90 to nothing? Yeah.
And it just, oof.
It was not good.
And so I don't know how it's going to work in TV, because TV, obviously, you've got radios formatted, but TV's even tighter. You can go a little long.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean,
you just can't be long-winded in TV.
You cannot, because everything is scripted. Like, we've got 2.5 minutes for this segment, 2.5 minutes for this segment, 2.5 minutes for the segment, and you still they start having to cut things, and boy, they hate having to do that. All right, cut C3, cut D12, or whatever it is. They start cutting those things. I act like I have ever produced one of these shows. Scott has done this before, but I'm right about that, Scott, though, right? I mean, if I go long in A3, we have to cut something deeper in the show. Am I right about that?
Yes, for sure. Happened on quite a few shows that I've been a part of over the years. I just can't imagine Jimbo on live TV.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
We need subtitles on Jimbo.
Well, yeah, you need subtitles first, because you're right. You can't understand it. But if you're like producers sitting there and saying, who would be a good addition talent-wise?
How about Jimbo Fisher?
You throw Jimbo out there. I mean,
how many names would you get to before Jimbo?
Yeah, a lot.
But, I mean, immediately you guys would say, I get the subtitles, but you'd also say, look, this guy is so long-winded, I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, like, you see it all the time on College Football Saturdays, where Reese, who has to he's running a circus, man.
It is one of the most difficult jobs in sports.
Like, I almost get nervous for Reese a lot of times. And you see it in the pick segment where we got a kickoff we got to get to, right? I mean, they'll only hold that kickoff so long by rule. We got a kickoff we got to get to, and Reese frequently has to say, all right, let's speed through these. He has to speed it up because they've got this thing scripted out.
Oh, I've seen from the musket blowing at like West Virginia to toe hitting ball.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's immediate.
It is going so deep, we go right to kickoff. Oh, I love that moment, don't you?
Yeah.
I was just sitting here thinking about how exciting that moment is when they make that final pick, and I know I'm going right to kickoff.
But I feel like one of those a woman that takes too long to get ready. I'm always rushed at 11 o'clock on Saturday mornings. I don't know why.
Right.
It's always like trying to get the groceries, trying to get the beer on ice. We're finishing up a show or something. I just feel so rushed. But after about halftime of the first the morning
kicks?
games, I'm completely relaxed and settled.
I don't know why I just thought of that when you said it, though. Like, as soon as and that's one reason I make a point to see Corso's headgear pick every Saturday, just because I like it, for one thing. But also, I mean, that gets me charged up, and I know I'm in place. I know I'm ready to go. And we go out to Bob was choosing at some stadium somewhere, and they're ready to kick off, and people are still filing in because it's a noon Eastern kickoff. But boy, I love that.
How easy would you and I be to find on Saturdays in college football season?
Oh, yeah. If you want to kill me on a Saturday, you ain't got to hunt for me.
Yeah, me too. Do you have a certain temperature you set your room at?
As cold as possible. So my basement.
And it doesn't matter if it's September or November?
Nope, does not matter. I want it as cold as possible.
Are there blankets around?
There are.
Okay.
My wife put a basket of blankets in the basement because she'll come down there sometimes. We'll watch some of our shows. I know. We'll watch some of our shows down there together.
Animal Kingdom and
The Gilded Age. The Gilded Age on HBO Max. You've never watched that?
No.
I don't know if you would like it or not.
Well, you know what's weird is I like Downton Abbey a lot.
Oh, I think you would like The Gilded Age. It takes a minute to get going, but once they do the character development, I think you might like it.
I've never understood why I like Downton Abbey. It's just a bunch of like stuffy, uppity, the A's of society just sitting around doing absolutely nothing in one big room.
Baranski. What is her first name? Catherine Baranski?
Yeah.
Catherine Baranski plays a terrific part. Cynthia Nixon is in it. I'm trying to think of the names you would recognize.
Bunch of lookers, right?
He plays a funny role. The guy, what's his name? Nathan Lane. Kind of close. Kind of close. Nathan Lane is in there. He plays a pretty funny role, kind of a bit part.
Yeah.
It's not a bad show. But anyway, so my wife comes down there. We'll watch that downstairs sometimes. And, I mean, the first thing she does is walk to that basket and grab a blanket. I keep it frigid in that basement. There's no windows. I mean, it's all underground, so I'm not fighting any heat. But you can hang meat down there.
Dude, we're 5 weeks away.
I know. I can't wait. Anyway, Jimbo Fisher.
That's what we got. By the way, we got asked to go to the coast to do shows.
Oh, at the Bama? Is it not going to work out?
It was actually one of their competitors reached out. It's okay.
It's awkward.
I don't have to say anything. I mean, look, none of them are spending money right now. But
right.
They asked us to come down the weekend of the 29th, and I was like, no go.
That's week 1. Yeah. We've done week 0 before, but not week 1. Yeah. I think I'm not sacrificing that. I'm at the house on week 1. All right. As we go to break, a reminder: Lance was talking about waking up with his hands hurting, and you had to go to the robot. You want to avoid things like that, and that's why Urology Centers of Alabama is so key. UCA, make sure your urological health is where it needs to be. Do not ignore this. Don't ignore it. It is so critical to your well-being to make sure you stay on top of that urological health. Everything from kidney stones to vasectomies to prostate health, all of that is covered by Urology Centers of Alabama. 205-930-0920. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. That's 205-930-0920 or Urology Centers of Alabama, UrologyCentersAlabama.com to find a practice near you or to make an appointment with Urology Centers of Alabama at UCA. The most fascinating player in the Southeastern Conference is next.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that quality legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Hey friends, if you're looking to expand your business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us at sales@nextroundlive.com to be part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential consumers on our ever-expanding platform. Let the Next Round help take your business to the next level. Get more information by emailing us at sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level with the Next Round. Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness. Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
All right, we continue on the Next Round. We appreciate you joining us today. As always, wherever you are watching or listening, if you would give us a thumbs up or share us on social media, that is very, very helpful to us. And whether or not you listen to us on demand podcast, let me tell you what really helps us. When you like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads. We're available on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcast, wherever you get us. Like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads. We greatly appreciate you doing that. Very, very helpful to us. And I hope you know it is very much appreciated when you turn on those automatic downloads, and we thank you for doing that. I read an article this morning, Lance. I think it was Matt Zenitz, 24/7, where I'm going to make the case that this is the most fascinating player in the SEC this year, and I'll tell you why I make that case. I don't know if you would agree with me or not. But it's an article with NFL scouts. He's talked to NFL scouts about the top quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. Now, keep in mind, I don't think the scouts are even going to talk about Arch Manning yet because they haven't seen the guy play.
Right.
But he would be draft eligible after this year. Arch Manning would be.
Sure would be.
But they haven't even seen him play, so I don't think any scout worth his salt is going to go out on a limb on Arch Manning, even off the record.
I am interested to see where you're going to go here because it would definitely be quarterback for me. It would not be Arch Manning.
Yeah.
But I think you could go three different ways with this one.
So the scouts say, the conventional wisdom, the scouts Matt Zenitz said, the conventional wisdom is your 1 and 2 quarterbacks right now as we sit here today.
But let me write down who I think you're going to ultimately say.
Who I think the most fascinating player in the SEC is?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, as you write this, the scouts say the 1 and 2 players right now in the NFL draft, as far as quarterbacks go, the top 2 quarterbacks, Garrett Nussmeier and Cade Klubnik. That would be what they would say right now.
Yes. I would go.
They would say this guy is a wild card. They say right now he's probably number 3, but he's a wild card. He could go as high as maybe even 1 or 2. But if he doesn't live up to what they think, he could even drop. Hence the wild card label. And that is?
Well, wait, hold on one sec.
That was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, hold on one sec because I might be off on one thing.
Okay.
And then, but if it's not this guy, I know exactly who it is.
All right. I remember I've said SEC, so I'm telling you it's an SEC.
Yeah. Okay. It's not him because he's not eligible.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
It's LaNorris Sellers.
LaNorris Sellers.
They call him a wild card in the draft. 6'3", 240 is those are his current measurables. He hasn't done the combine yet, so you don't have his combine numbers. But 6'3", 240.
Okay, the biggest man I've ever seen in person the other day when we sat next to Caden Proctor.
Caden Proctor's what, 6'8", 340?
But LaNorris Sellers sat down with Josh Pate and CBS, and looking at Sellers looks like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Every bit of a linebacker. 2
people I saw, like I already knew Arch was bigger than you think.
Yeah.
Because I had seen him on the field in the SEC championship game. I was down field level when he was warming up. I'd already seen he's bigger than you think, and I knew Peyton's bigger than people think, and Eli's even bigger than people think. So I figured Arch was bigger than you thought, and when I saw him, 6'4" does not surprise me. 6'3" or 6'4" on Arch.
I mean, LaNorris he's a legit 6'3".
Yeah, but when I was going to quickly say the one that surprised me the most, I saw Lagway. Lagway's a pretty thick kid. Saw Sellers, he's a big kid.
And by the way, Lagway was the guy I put because Lagway to me is one of those guys where Florida sits right now with what they've got on the offensive and defensive lines. If Lagway is what he is billed to be,
that's right.
Florida could be really, really good this year.
But the one that surprised me the most was Diego Pavia. He is way smaller than I had imagined when I saw him in person. Thick. He's thick. Maybe not even good thick. Like it doesn't look muscular thick. It kind of looks chubby thick.
Oh, he's going to be one of those guys that once he retires, I think he could blow up.
Like I didn't get to stand next to him. I'm somewhere between 6 foot and 6'1", or right at 6'1", whatever. He looked below 6 feet to me. I don't know what they list him.
I think he's listed at 6.
Yeah, he looked below that.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why we talk about this because he's not going to have an NFL career. Nobody's going to draft Diego Pavia.
But he's one of those guys. You remember the Mac Jones picture after the Tennessee win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mac was never a specimen.
No, Mac looked 4 months pregnant.
Yeah, but Mac was also 6'2", so he carried 6'3", whatever he was, so he carried it a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, Diego Pavia was dressed like a waiter.
Yeah. Scott's showing video.
He looks like the guy that would still like fries off of a plate that wasn't eaten when he was about to dump them.
Guy kind of looks like Joe Pesci right there. That is not a compliment, I don't think.
No.
Just the bow tie and all. I don't know if
if I would have told you.
I don't know if I'm going back to.
This is Ed Orgeron in his prom. Scott, is it Orgeron in his prom?
That's not bad.
And we're interviewing Ed Orgeron. Tonight, we're going to have some fun tonight. I think I might get lucky.
Who is the character with the Hawaiian shirt back there?
I do not know.
Dude's 111.
That is a bold choice. My gosh, the crew around it.
I never went in that room one time. You know, where we were stationed, do you remember like 3 or 4 years ago we had to go through that room to go to the bathroom?
I do.
It was such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was.
But I didn't go in that room one time, did you?
I did because I had to talk to E.G. And Taylor about something.
Okay.
And that they were posted up in there often. Who's that? Oh, that was
Russell Wilson.
So anyway, Diego Pavia is smaller. But back to LaNorris Sellers, why he's a wild card. They say he runs either a 4.4 or 4.5.
I believe about a 4.5, just naked eye.
Yep. There's debate on which one it actually is, but if you're 4.5 or below,
it matters.
As an NFL quarterback, you're fine. Like, what do you think Lamar runs? Is Lamar the fastest NFL quarterback?
Lamar is the fastest NFL quarterback, and he's probably a 4.3.
Yeah.
He can absolutely fly.
He can.
Yeah. I mean,
but he's also not
fastest person on the field.
He's also not 6'3", 240. I mean, that's a different 40 when you're 6'3", 240.
This is just a little bit smaller. This is a Cam Newton. I don't want to even say light, but he moves like Cam Newton.
Yeah, he does. I don't disagree with you on that. Now, here's what the scout points out. He was a little bit of a slow starter, Sellers was. But he said, go look at his last 8 games.
Well, and look, and real quick, as you go through those 8 games, this is what you want, though. You want a guy that not only is struggling early, they're losing games, but figures it out. The game slows down, and not only is he super productive, they also win all these games.
Yeah, in the loss at Alabama, there are 2 losses in this 8-game stretch.
And that's when he came alive, by the way.
That's right. In his loss against Alabama, 23 of 31, 238, 2 touchdowns and a pick. And Bama fans that were at that game or watching on TV know Alabama didn't have a whole lot of answers for Sellers in the second half of that game.
Well, look, and as good as he was, if he checks down on that final drive, they win the game.
Yep, that's the maturation of a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, that was very early for him. At Oklahoma the next week when they walked the Sooners off the field, 16 of 24, 175, touchdown, no picks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to blow you away, but he took 5 sacks that game.
And they still walked them off the field. At home against A&M, they stomped A&M 44-20. 13 of 27, 244, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
That was probably his best game if it wasn't Clemson, which you'll come up to, but I think it was probably the A&M game.
Yep. At Vandy, they won 28-7, 14 of 20, 238, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Missouri, they had to come from behind to win. That was the game we were thinking about Klatt the whole time. 34-30, they win the game. He's 21 of 30, 353, 5 passing touchdowns, and 1 interception. Against Wofford, forget it. At Clemson, the game you're talking about, 13 of 21, 164. Didn't throw a touchdown, but he did throw a pick. You got to look at his rushing log there in that one.
That was the difference in that
166 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
And that was the difference in the game and the 17-14 win.
And then against Illinois in a bowl game, I discount a lot of bowl games, but he didn't play poorly. 24 of 34, 260 and a touchdown. So all told, his last 8 games that were at Alabama, at Oklahoma, against A&M, Vandy, Missouri, Wofford, at Clemson, and against Illinois in the bowl game, 69% completion percentage, average 247 a game, 16 touchdowns, 4 picks.
And
that's
also,
why they like him.
The maturation of a quarterback is taking less sacks. If you look early in the season, he took 4, 4, 2, 6, 4, 5, then 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2. So to me, that is the quarterback getting more comfortable and being able to get rid of the football.
Yeah.
So, again, the game slowed down to him at the second half of the season, and if that carries over to this year, and it's going to need to for Shane Beamer in South Carolina to have any shot at making a run at the college football playoff because the schedule is...
It is brutal. And I wanted to ask you about that New York Butcher Shop before I do. Our friend Jim and the great crew there at New York Butcher Shop.
Yeah, I am picking up meatballs tonight. Going to do a little... I told you it's becoming that butternut squash
I want to try
ravioli
this.
with those delicious Italian meatballs with the really good gravy on the top. Absolutely fantastic. You can get it right there at the New York Butcher Shop. The fresh meat, specialty items, those deli sandwiches you can get for lunch or dinner. Fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. Rare quality, well-done service. 2 locations. Get in and see the Jim and the great staff. Tell them the next round sent you. Cabo Heights, Highway 119. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
And also our friends at Bojangles, from sweet to heat. They got 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with the sauces than the hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. If you want to add some tang, try barbecue. If you want some heat, try creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. And if you're craving smooth and creamy, the house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, or classic Bo sauce are ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time. The reason I call him the most fascinating player in the SEC is if he plays to the level we're just talking about, he really – all right, I think South Carolina's season will be defined by 6 games. I know it's a lot. That's half the schedule. I get it.
I mean, look, and I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I mean, but, that's kind of where they are here.
So, and 4 of them are right in a row. Really, 5 of them are right in a row. They just got a bye week. And it's the last half of the schedule. Like, if South Carolina's not 5-0, we've wasted all this time right here. This entire segment, you could throw it away if they're not 5-0.
Okay, but if they are 5-0, go on and give them Coastal.
Yep.
So that's 6 wins. Coastal is going to be that little gap week that we all hate right before rivalry week.
Yeah, but boy, they need it. They need it worse than anybody. But here's the 6 that define the season, and it's the last half. At LSU, host Oklahoma, host Alabama, at Ole Miss, at A&M, and host Clemson. As a reminder, ran Oklahoma off their own field last year. They get them at home.
And they'll be favored in that game.
Ran Texas A&M off the field in Columbia. They have to go to Kyle Field this
they'll
time.
be a short dog in that one.
Yeah. And then you've got LSU, which was a toss-up game. You got Alabama, which ended up being a toss-up game. And you're at Ole Miss, who beat them pretty badly. The week before they came to Tuscaloosa, and this was when Sellers was coming into his own a little bit, Ole Miss beat him badly.
I'll tell you what these numbers would be right now. At
right.
LSU's 4.5 over South Carolina.
Skinny favorite?
South Carolina right now would be a 4-point favorite over Oklahoma at home.
Wow, only 4, huh?
Alabama, 6-point favorite over South Carolina. Maybe a little bit less, maybe 4.5.
For Alabama?
Yeah.
Oof. That's a tricky game.
Well, it was a tricky game last year, and now you're talking about, and a lot of this depends on how they play those first 6 games. I'm just talking about right now on paper. At Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss is probably a 2.5-point favorite. At A&M 1.5. And then Clemson, man, Clemson's probably a 1-point favorite, 2-point favorite.
In Columbia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those have become really good games.
But yeah, they have been. That has become a fun rivalry to watch. But you got to go 4-2 in that stretch to have any hope. I mean, I know we talk about a 3-loss team getting in. I don't know if South Carolina can. I think you got to be 4-2.
They can. I think
maybe
they can.
so. But I mean, they're to be in comfortably, they're going to need to be 4-2. And I think you probably have to have Sellers play at the 3rd overall quarterback drafted for them to be 4-2 in that stretch. I think that's just the truth of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But now here's the flip side of it. If he doesn't play to that level, if he's just an average quarterback, buddy, 6-6 is staring them right in the face. I mean, that is an easy 6-6 if he's just an average quarterback.
Oh, you will give me this. The more and more we've done shows over the years, Las Vegas does know what they're talking about.
They do.
They've got a pretty good feel for this thing, and there's a reason that South Carolina's win total after winning 9 games, although there's a chance the roster might be a little bit better, and Sellers should be better this year, but the win total is only 6.5.
So why?
Well,
that's the question you ask. Why?
It's the schedule.
It's the schedule.
Yeah.
And as Rusty says, and I don't know how much this plays into it, honestly, it's things we like to say. South Carolina isn't going to catch anybody off guard this year.
Nope.
I mean, you can make the same argument about Vandy.
Right.
They're not going to catch anybody off guard. Indiana. I mean, I guess those things matter. You don't overlook them, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think they do in this regard. If you're playing Vanderbilt, hey, this is a team that beat Alabama last year. This is a team that had Texas on the ropes.
Charlie says the Bama game will be to 2.5, his prediction by the time it kicks. There's no way it'd be that low, is there?
I mean, it depends. Bama's got a couple of losses. South Carolina's got 1 loss. They've been rolling.
That, by the way, if you want to look ahead, is either a 2:30 or a primetime kick. I would highly, if you're an Alabama fan and you've never been to a game at Williams-Brice Stadium, I would highly recommend you make that your road trip this year, especially if it's a night game.
Yeah.
Really fun night atmosphere.
Now, I've done a game there. It was 2:30 game.
I've done a night game there.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, like from their 5 Points area.
Yeah,
just the whole weekend was a good weekend.
Yeah, it's a fun area. I don't know how far along they are in the revitalization of the area around the stadium, around the state fairgrounds. I think if I remember correctly, they're trying to do what Tennessee is doing, which is what the Braves did with the Battery.
Yeah.
They're trying to do that around the stadium. Now, I think they're just starting that, so I don't think it would by any stretch be ready for the Bama game.
I've never done the cockabooses.
I've seen the cockabooses. I haven't. We've got a mutual friend, my pastor, George Wright. He's a South Carolina grad. He's told me he's participated in the cockabooses, and he says they're awesome.
Yeah, I mean, for a big game, if we ever had the opportunity to do like a pregame show from a cockaboose.
From the top of a cockaboose?
I'd be all about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, could you imagine sitting on the top of those? Tyler, do you have any clue what we're talking about?
No.
Okay, you look like, what is a cockaboose? You looked at me. So, South Carolina.
I'm imagining a giant cockatoo.
Okay, no, that is not it at all. South Carolina, and I don't know how this started. I'm sure there's some sort of history and tradition behind it, but they've got these cabooses, these train cabooses that sit outside the stadium, and there used to only be like 4 or 5. I think there are more than that now, and they've renovated them into basically, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like an apartment. I mean, there's no bedroom.
Yeah, no, it's a condo.
Like a condo, yeah. I say there's no bedroom.
And I think the price points have gotten outrageous because there's only so many of them.
And you have tailgate parties there. So they operate outside of the caboose. They call it a cockaboose because they're the Gamecocks, right? The cockaboose. I can understand how out of context you're like, what in the world's a cockaboose, right? Not what you had in mind at all. But it is really a cool environment if you've never been to Columbia, South Carolina. Would highly recommend.
Now, I will tell you, some time to get in and out because I remember just being stuck. It was like one road in, one road out. There's the cockaboose. Scott has pulled this.
Tell me that doesn't look fun.
It looks like a good time, no doubt.
Yeah, there's a place for us to do a show up on the roof.
There really is.
The girls in the girls are for some reason in the wrought iron fence up there.
I am.
Let them out.
I wonder if we have any South Carolina listeners right now that have access to a Cacaboose. And what would be the game you would want to go to this year?
Well,
the Alabama game.
Alabama game's all right. Their home schedule is a
I think
dud
that's
early.
it.
Oklahoma will be a good atmosphere, but that's an early kick. The Bama game's probably going to be a primetime kick. Either that or Clemson, but Clemson's also an early kick.
Get-ins for the Alabama game already $232.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. I mean, they have not in the history of South Carolina football. They haven't had what you call a lot of big games. Look at those things lined up, those cockabooses. That does look fun.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
So, if you're a South Carolina fan, what is the expectation with this schedule coming off 9 wins?
I think they expect to contend for the play, and that's the problem for Shane Beamer is he was so good last year down the stretch. And they came so close to the college football playoff. I mean, the fact that he had South Carolina in the discussion says a lot about the job he's done there.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of last year with both Missouri and Ole Miss. You know, on the surface, it always seems far-fetched to say Ole Miss or Missouri is going to be in a college football playoff, but both of those fan bases, based on schedule, expected to be there last year. I think South Carolina, like the fans probably expect it, but when they really look at the schedule, if South Carolina had a schedule like Missouri this year or last year, or Ole Miss last year, I think South Carolina probably is in the college football playoff. I just think the schedule will keep them out.
So let me just do this real quick, Lance. Take away at LSU and make that at State. And then take away at Ole Miss, and I'm trying to...
And Shane Beamer's going, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
We'll do this.
Yeah, if you're instead of at LSU, you're at State.
Okay, that's a win.
And instead of at Ole Miss, well, they already played Kentucky, Vandy, and Missouri. That's Arkansas. Give them Arkansas. They're at Arkansas. So instead of at LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama, at Ole Miss in a row, I'm at State, host Oklahoma, host Alabama, at Arkansas.
Well, I
feel a whole lot better.
Well, it's at least one win of those two. Right now, you're probably looking at road trips in Baton Rouge and Oxford. You're probably looking at an 0-2, at least on paper. Your scenario, at least a 1-1, and you couple that with the fact that they start 5-0. They got Coastal. Things are a little different. I still don't know with that switch if
they
still think the schedule's really difficult.
I mean, that's amazing that I dropped LSU and Ole Miss, added State and Arkansas, and you're still like, I don't know if they can get in the playoffs with that schedule. I mean, that shows you the difficulty of that schedule.
Well, and that's why I think, once we get to 16, if you get the 5-11 model and you get a team that ultimately one day maybe an 8-4 that gets in, they can be an extremely dangerous team.
Yeah. All right, Clay Travis coming up at the top of the hour. Right now, let's do our viewing menu. It's presented each day by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
Hey, to view life in high definition, make the phone call that I made back in 2003, 205-969-8100. Very important. Ask for Amy Toe. The next round, Cynthia. They are going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation, 0 to lose, to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. For more information, MichelsonLaserVision.com.
We got a new entry in Netflix's, docu-series, the Trainwreck series, where they've just been going through all these different events that have gone horribly wrong. It's called PI Moms. This tell-all documentary investigates an early 2000s reality show about private eye moms and the drug scandal that sabotaged the series and its stars. I've never heard of this, but this kind of fits that sort of weird niche in YouTube videos I often find myself in, which is like just random video documentaries on just reality shows that I have never seen.
Okay, I am all in on this just from your description. Because I thought when you said PI moms, I thought it was going to be, overbearing moms that are like tracking their kids and they're going through their text messages, that kind of stuff.
So are they private investigators by trade, or they're like trying to track down a cheating spouse or somebody that's being mean to their kids? I mean, what's the story here?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
So I wanted to watch
a group of women recruited by a PI to work for Butler and Associates, and
it sounds like she's a PI by trade.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
So the guy who started the PI company, he ran a little experiment and thought that mothers, because they are naturally just like always multitasking and keeping an eye on everything, would make good PIs.
Okay.
So he recruits these women to do that, and then there's a big scandal around the show before it makes it to air.
Oh, before it even gets to air. Okay, interesting.
Doesn't sound like the best business idea, but does sound a little scandalous. There was one I was going to watch last night. Young Jack was over, and it came down to, and he had already seen it. It's a 3-part Netflix documentary on the girl that goes missing on the cruise. Have you seen this?
I haven't.
Yeah, so it's new Netflix, girl goes missing on a cruise. I don't think they've ever found her. But
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but Jack said it was really good, but he'd already seen it. So I threw on, oh my God, what was the movie I told you guys about last? Sovereign.
Oh, okay. You rewatched it?
Yeah.
And I don't know who would just see something twice so quick.
Yeah, really. Maybe the same day.
Well, mine was within a week. The performance, I'm telling you, and how crazy. Because Jack was just laughing out loud like, this guy is completely insane. I'm telling you, you need to watch Sovereign. Nick Offerman is going to get mentions and award consideration.
I'll check it out. Finally, on viewing menu today, we've got a new release in theaters this week, and so it's just got me in the mood to go back and revisit or, for the first time, some of these weird horror movies that are coming out. So on Prime, you can rent a movie called Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh, my gosh.
A curious group of friends sneak into an abandoned spinach canning factory to investigate the legend of the Sailor Man, who is said to haunt the factory and local docks.
Robin Williams played Popeye in a film. I think it was trashed. The film was. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was critically panned.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall was olive oil.
Yeah.
I forgot who was Wimpy and Brutus.
Yeah. Just it did not appeal to me.
But I remember seeing it as a kid, like when it came on HBO.
Yeah. Popeye, like when I was a kid watching cartoons, Popeye was never mine.
Hey, look at this poster.
Popeye the Slayer Man.
He is what he is.
Popeye
He's
the
got some forearms.
Slayer Man.
I read an article recently about the production of the Robin Williams Popeye movie.
Right.
And apparently during the editing process, editors would open up the canisters of film and just find bags of cocaine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Robin Williams was very open about his use of the powder.
Well, it seems like that whole production was just used to traffic.
Yeah.
It might have been back
it was
then.
A front.
It's been called the most coked up set in movie history.
Wow.
Boy, that is a high bar, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say.
That's a really high bar.
That's surprising that this got the Popeye back then in 1980. Got a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, so it's that old, 1980? Like I envision that being mid-80s.
Yeah, and there's some actors, like Wimpy was Paul Dooley. I don't remember him. Paul L. Smith was Bluto. I don't remember any of those actors. Shelley Duvall, very unique look. She was Olive Oil, and that was well cast.
Yeah, that is perfect casting for Olive Oil.
Yeah, it was. Art Stews, before you even said it was filmed in Malta, and the whole cast was on coke. Wow.
Yep.
That's what that movie's known for, I guess.
So when Netflix popped up yesterday, the first movie that was rolling, one of the previews, was The Rule of Jenny Penn. I know you talked about this.
I saw it, yeah.
I thought about watching it. Is it any good? It looked freaky.
It's pretty disturbing, but it's okay. There's
Just
some
okay.
good performances in it, but I wouldn't say it's a
the
must
poster.
watch.
You see it doesn't it take place in a senior citizen home?
Yes.
John Lithgow's dancing around.
Yes.
Yeah.
That did not sell me.
Is the doll alive, or is it just kind of? Is he kind of a ventriloquist with the doll?
He's more of a ventriloquist, and like that's his little friend.
Okay. That
And
makes
he
sense.
talks to it, and he makes it talk and do stuff. It's very strange.
Is it worth the watch?
You might like it after a gummy or two.
And Tyler's he's reading the room.
Tyler's broken the code.
Yeah.
All right, that is the viewing menu presented by Michelson Laser Vision. When we return, Clay Travis, founder of Outkick Fox Sports, joins us next on the next round.
Follow LT on Twitter @TheLanceTaylor.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Do you need some refreshed college wear to represent your team this year? Shop Roback's Game Day collection that includes both Alabama and Auburn. From quarter zips to hoodies, Roback has it all. Get 20% off on us using code TNR20 at roback.com.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
All right, Auburn fans, I want you to become a member of thebarnauburn.com and join in on the fun. Whether it's recruiting discussions, off-season chatter, or the latest Auburn athletics news, we've got it all. Get $25 off your annual subscription when you sign up for your account at thebarnauburn.com today. War Eagle.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1, find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2, stream it now. Miss Hour 3, download it for later. Miss Hour 4, well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Hour number 2 of the show today. Thank you for joining us on the Next Round. Along with Lance Taylor, I'm Ryan Brown. Dunaway on vacation. He'll be back with us Thursday. As we do each week, it is time to talk Clay Travis. He is the founder of Outkick, also Fox Sports. You find him there, and he is with us on the Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys Hotline. Welcome in, Clay. How are you today?
Hold on one sec. Yeah, I've got you guys. I'm good to go. I'm just doing an interview here. I'll be ready to go. Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Who are you doing a hit with later?
I'm going to be on Fox News in like 10 minutes.
You look very respectable. I mean, we might as well just put you on the camera. I mean, you're about to do national TV. I don't know why you wouldn't do camera with us, right?
Well, I mean, you can put me on camera if you want. I don't think the angle's very good.
No, you don't want to, you'll make people sick the way you hold the phone. All right, so we need to be done in 10 minutes. Is that what you're telling me?
That is what I'm telling you.
Okay, if you get a cue that it's any closer than that, just say, guys, I got to go, and you can leave.
So, Clay, the most famous meme going around is the Coldplay concert. I haven't heard your take on this. And I don't know what's real and what's not. I don't know about apologies and lawsuits and people getting fired and divorces. But what is your overall point of view from the Coldplay scandal?
Well, one, if they just hadn't panicked, I don't think anybody would have ever noticed it. I mean, it was the reaction that made it go viral, right? I don't think either of these people are famous enough that the fact that they were having an affair would have been a story if she hadn't tried to duck out of the image and if he hadn't reacted like he did. Two, I think it just further confirms what we've been saying for some period of time, which is you can basically go from nobody knowing your name to almost everybody on the internet knowing your name in the space of like 24 hours. And that is the culture in which we live. And so the difference between public and private life is almost non-existent. And so if you're living your public life differently than your private life or vice versa, then at some point in time you have some danger potentially attached to it.
It's a lesson that I think this generation probably now knows. Our generation is probably the one that needs to learn it, Clay. Everything is on video. Absolutely everything now. I told my daughter a long time ago, there was, and this has been many years ago, there was a controversy here in town, happened at a party, and a lot of people got caught up in it, some that she knew. And I told her, from this point on in your life, assume everything you're doing is on camera. It's being videoed and will be disseminated to the public from this point of your life on.
That's true. And I do wonder on some level whether that's going to dilute the power of so-called cancel culture, because most teenagers and most college kids, there'll be videos out there of them behaving quote unquote inappropriately. I also think there's probably an element of, sort of mutually assured destruction for younger people in that way. But I also think that, to your point, kids today are more aware of their actions. And I would argue maybe this is partly why, in terms of drinking, in terms of hooking up, in terms of drug use, the youngest kids out there actually have off the charts low levels associated with it. And in fact, I mean, I don't know if you guys have experienced this at all, but kids aren't even that excited to get their driver's license now nationwide. When I was getting close to 16, or you had a buddy that was close to 16, it was incredible. A lot of my kids' friends, and I've got one who's got his driver's license, but it wasn't like, hey, I've got to be there on the day that I turned 16 to get my license. It's a different world that they have. I think a big part of that is actually the phones, because they're able to stay in contact, both video and text and everything else, Snapchat, all these other different things, in a way that none of us were. And I think it has changed the culture in a pretty profound way.
So I probably haven't watched the ESPYs in 15 years, but I was at dinner with the kids last night, and I looked up, and for whatever reason, the Shane Gillis monologue was on one of the TVs. And I saw you on social media kind of talking about this, but I didn't see the whole thing. And so I like Shane Gillis a lot. Decided to pull it on YouTube when I got home last night, and I watched it. I thought it was extremely funny, but because there were no laughs, it was very uncomfortable. I would say that I'm surprised. Like, I just think it's insane how beat up people get about certain things, but we shouldn't be surprised anymore. But I thought he was really funny. I am shocked that ESPN allowed that.
Yeah, I think it represented kind of a middle finger from ESPN to the people inside of their company that have been trying to police and I think tank their brand to a large extent. I think it's hard to take it any other way. And so, look, to me, no one should ever be the joke police. If you don't like a joke, deal with it. I've been making this argument for a decade or more, it feels like. We would all ridicule somebody who showed up and protested outside of a comedy shop, comedy place with a sign that said, I'm really upset by the jokes that are going to be told here. Like, you'd be like, get a life. But somehow we've treated people who complain about that on the internet as if that's a serious thing that should be allowed. And really, I mean, I'm ridiculing the idea of protesting outside a comedy club, but at least the person protesting outside the comedy club would have had to be willing to go stand outside. They would have had to make poster board. It's a lot more effort to protest in person, sun, cold, rain, whatever the weather is, compared to sitting on your phone and being like, oh my goodness, I'm so offended. Think of the people out there in the community. Oh. And so, look, I think there should be more jokes. I think everybody should be made fun of. So I actually give ESPN credit for hiring Shane Gillis and allowing him to do so-called politically incorrect jokes.
Clay Travis is with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. Keith wants me to ask you about a timeline on the Alcatraz swim. Apparently you mentioned this on X. Is there a set timeline now?
He mentioned it on
Well,
here
Riley
too.
Gaines, who works with us at...
He mentioned it here
Riley
too.
Gaines, who works with us, is 31 weeks pregnant, and she just did the Alcatraz swim. And so she and Sean Hannity went on Fox News, the most watched cable network in America, and ridiculed the idea that I could make the swim. So I have pronounced that by this time next year, I will make the swim from Alcatraz to San Francisco.
So what is the longest, like this morning I got up and I swam for 35 minutes. I did laps in the pool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like what's the longest you've swam and when was that?
Laura, my wife, who you guys know, has been ridiculing the idea that I could make this swim. So when we were in the Bahamas a few weeks ago, she challenged me to swim. I don't know. I would bet it's at least a half-mile swim with, no practice or whatever else. Now, I'm not saying it was elite. It was in a, Bohemian Bay, so it wasn't like I was dealing with waves or any kind of substantial. But I think she was grudgingly impressed that I was able to do that. Look, my argument is not that it's going to be pretty or that I'm going to look like a classically trained, Olympic swimmer. It's just that I will not drown, and eventually I will hit land. That is what I'm going to do in a year.
I don't want you to necessarily do this because if you got eaten by a shark, it would be pretty incredible. But they've got a new shark tag. It comes up on my Instagram all the time, and it's like a shark deterrent. So it's got some kind of electrical thing in it. It's a bracelet, and it causes the shark to get away. Will you wear one of those? Is that your biggest fear?
Well, yeah, I don't want to get eaten by a great white in the bay. I mean, I don't think there's any way I'm going to drown. And I would imagine when you get out in like deep open water, everybody's seen Jaws, which I think is the most influential film of all time. Like, I would certainly be nervous about what might happen there. All right. Hey, by the way, I've got to go on. Fox News
we'll
right
finish
now.
it up next week. Have
See you,
fun.
Clay. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate you all.
All right.
See you.
Clay Travis with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
Did you see the Shane Gillis monologue, though?
I have not watched all of it. I
Just
watched
go back
the
and watch
highlights.
it. 'Cause, yeah, you will think it's really, really funny. Like the one that jumped out was, hey, me and Caitlin Clark have got a lot in common. We're white from the Midwest. We've been banging threes our entire life.
What was the Waffle House Caitlin Clark joke? She's going to work at Waffle House so she tries to keep fighting black women or something like that.
Oh, people got so pissed. And I thought the Shedeur Sanders, like nepotism, like he was 13 and 12 and won an Alamo Bowl. Of course his jersey should be. And he called Deanna Taurasi or whatever, got her name wrong, and she was so pissed.
Oh, was she?
But then he was like, hey, and 4-time WNBA All-Star.
This, yeah.
And everybody started going nuts, and he's like, that's my buddy's wife. I know you guys didn't know any WNBA players.
I did think that was pretty funny. And then he wrapped up by doing the classic Norm Macdonald joke. So anytime you do a Norm Macdonald joke, I'm on board with you. I love Norm Macdonald.
But he made it Travis Hunter.
Congratulations on Heisman. They could never take that away from you.
But
unless you kill your wife and a waiter. That's such a good joke.
I felt like I was watching Sling Blade again. I'll never forget the first time I went to see the movie in 1996, and I'm in the theater, or 97, whenever it was. But I'm laughing out loud at this movie, things you shouldn't laugh at.
Right.
And I felt like that with Gillis, like he was so funny, and I was by myself watching this monologue. But there was nobody. It was so uncomfortable in the crowd.
Well, I mean, I think you get in a crowd like that. Like I've seen some of Ricky Gervais at the
Golden Globes.
So
yeah. Good.
I mean, Ricky Gervais has no off button.
No, and the Epstein list comes up.
Yeah, I mean, there are no limits that he's going to go to, and people are afraid to laugh. Like the big people in the room, they'll laugh. But the people that aren't the biggest people in the room, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be seen laughing at this.
The camera going to be on me.
That's
I mean,
right.
is this going to go viral with me laughing at a joke I'm not supposed to laugh about?
Yeah.
See, I just,
Scott put a great line in the chat. Megan Rapinoe couldn't make it tonight. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and then what? You guys think she's fun?
I like Shane Gillis. I think he's a funny dude.
He is so funny.
Yeah.
And then it went from that monologue, and then it went to like one of his stands-up in Austin when he didn't have the mustache, and I don't know when it was. And so I got caught up in that and finally had to cut it off.
There's a comedian that
he is funny, though.
There's a comedian I have come across a little bit in that vein, more in the Nate Bargatze vein, who I love Nate Bargatze. But it's a guy named Dusty Slay. Have you seen?
I haven't seen
Scott?
him.
Have you seen Dusty? Either Dusty or Dustin Slay.
I know of him. I have not watched any
I
of
think
his
he's got a Netflix special now.
He may.
It's an interesting look.
Yeah, he's very funny. Google it, Tyler. Show him Dustin Slade. The guy is from Opelika, Lance, and and I think he's become pretty popular, and he's really, really funny. It's very so. As Scott said, interesting look. Here's his look, and I mean, this is what he goes with all the time. This is not.
Now I recognize him.
Oh, you've seen him?
Yep.
Forster
I've seen
turned
clips.
me on to that. Who's a comedian that's not gay, but everybody thinks he's gay?
Oh,
and he's
Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy was on Hinchcliffe, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Dusty Slay was?
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. I mean, and it's very you got to like observational humor.
That's the best humor.
I agree.
Yeah.
If you like observational humor, he's very, very funny. And his delivery, there's something about his delivery that cracks me up. It's just the way he delivers the jokes. And I mean, he's very dry, but I find him really, really funny.
Yeah, I know that Shane Gillis, he was talking about when the founding fathers, the different discussions they had to have. And he did the one on the age of consent.
I know, 15.
Yeah, he said Delaware, he was like 12. And everybody went nuts. Why did I have to go
Why
first?
did I have to go first? I didn't know where to start. That is such a funny bit. Anyway.
I think comedy.
His Uncle Danny.
Yeah, making the grilled cheese.
Making the grilled cheese at night.
I do think, like, humor, man, we need to laugh more. And if it offends you, just turn it off. Like, I think everybody should be open. Like, people dog us out all the time.
Oh, my
know?
gosh. We get destroyed in the chat room.
And you just got to laugh some of this stuff off because, you know what, there's always a hint to truth when people are saying it.
Yeah. That like there's a hint of truth in every joke is the old line, right? And I believe that is true.
We're about to get some breaking news.
We're good. No, I'm just going to tell them about Breakline Optics. I'll check for breaking news. So I'm talking about.
Oh, we
Breakline
do
Optics.
have some, and I'll get this, in concrete in the next week or two. But we're going to have some giveaways coming up. With our
From
friends at
Breakline?
Yeah,
Good. I've had a lot of people. I was on the golf course yesterday.
That's shocking.
I know, not a surprise, right? I was on the golf course yesterday, and a lady stopped me and said, "What is the name of those glasses you guys advertise again?" And I said, Breakline Optics. These are right here, breaklineoptics.com. And she was asking me about them, and I was telling her everything I could. One thing I told her, are they polarized? I said, not only are they polarized, they're molded, polarized Trivex lenses, which means you can't break them. They're polarized, and you can't break them. You bang these things with a hammer and not break them. These are made to last. They are made by people that love the outdoors. They love to fish. They love to hunt. They love to play golf. They're out on the river, out on the lake, at the beach.
If Caden Proctor stepped on them, what happens?
And Caden Proctor stepped on them. I don't think they break, Lance. These things are that durable.
Oh, we should have brought them to set.
I know. Would you stomp on these real quick? BreaklineOptics.com to see more. If you want to touch them and feel them for yourself, you can do that at Deep South Outfitters in Birmingham. But BreaklineOptics.com is the website to go to. BreaklineOptics.com and find the pair that fits you the best.
I believe in these glasses, but I think Caden Proctor stomping on them would have been the Elon Musk Cybertruck brick moment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think they probably break with Proctor.
I think Proctor's going to break most things he stomps on. Like if he stomped on your foot.
I used to love this when Leighton was like 6 or 7. I'd get her to walk on my back.
Yeah.
And, it was almost like a massage, but she thought it was funny because she's trying to balance. But if Caden Proctor was to walk on your back, do you think your eyes pop out? Your balls blow up?
It's like it's got to go somewhere, right?
It'd kill you.
Yeah,
I mean,
it would kill you.
kill you.
Yeah,
He
it
just
would kill
steps through you.
Yeah.
He's a massive human being, Tyler.
I'm sticking with it. Biggest guy I've ever met in my life. And I met the guy that played Jaws in the 007 movies.
Oh,
he came in.
that's a
I was
big guy.
detailing cars one time, and he came in a minivan.
I remember prior to Caden Proctor, the person you said was the biggest you'd ever seen, I think, was Raekwon Davis. You think Proctor's bigger than Raekwon Davis?
Yeah. Raekwon's put together
Boy,
better.
he was huge.
Yeah, Raekwon was just like,
I remember
if you could come up with a warrior in a movie, like I think Raekwon, if you would have put him in there like a sword in an octagon,
right?
Like that's Hollywood casting right there. But I'm just talking about big man, everything proportional. I mean, just eats a chair up.
Yeah, he's a big old boy.
And again, I was trying to how does he sit on a toilet? I don't think you can.
The fact you thought about that.
Hey, speaking of
as he was
large,
sitting next to us. Huh?
Speaking of large human beings, did you guys happen to see Nikola Jokic's brother the other day sitting behind the bench?
I did not.
The thug.
Look at this.
Yeah,
oh man, that guy could kill you with his bare hands, Scott.
Like, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's like European organized crime. Like, I don't know what his role is.
That guy's terrifying.
But if he was a heavy for the Russian mob, I'd be like, yeah.
Lance Taylor is the one that pointed that out. My gosh, that guy's huge.
Well, isn't he the guy that took a swipe at somebody during the postseason and they threw him out of a game?
I think there was a story like that.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
If he makes contact, that is.
I want Brown wearing that Gucci shirt, though. Tiger on Tiger.
You don't think I can pull that off?
Of course you could.
Only with the hair, too.
Oh, I got to shave it.
You need the whole ensemble.
Yeah, that's a big old boy right there. I mean, how big is Jokic?
Oh, God, 6'11", 7 feet.
Massive, too.
Yeah, I mean, 260 pounds.
So this guy's got to be roughly that size, same DNA.
I don't know.
That's
Boy,
that's
I
a
tell
big
you what,
fella
man.
right there.
You know, the schoolyard with the Jokic boys, you turn the other way, right?
Yeah, I do not pick on those guys. Dr. B also bringing you part of the show today.
Dr. B, best in the business. Look, a lot of guys, unfortunately, we start losing our hair. I really didn't realize it was happening to me. I'm a little taller, and it was happening on the crown. And when we started to do this venture back in August of 21, I noticed, oh my gosh, I'm thinning out a little bit. I asked around. Dr. Beckenstein is the name. Everyone said, you got to call this guy. For more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. He will use his experience, his advanced training, and genetic testing to help his patients fully understand the procedures they are considering. Call Dr. B today, 205-319-0316. I do that non-invasive treatment. Did it last night watching Sovereign again. 30 minutes each time, 3 times a week. My hair is more than doubled in thickness. T3's got that new test. It's easy, painless, affordable, takes seconds to perform. Stop wasting your money and critical time while you're losing hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. B and find out what will work for you. Call today. Tell that great staff the next round sent you. 205-319-0316 or T3hair.net.
All right, there'll be more than normal amounts of Big Ten discussion on this show over the next couple of days because they're doing their media days, so stuff is going to naturally leak out from that. One thing that leaked out is in preview of that, Klatt did a podcast where he gave a number of teams that he's buying or selling, okay? So a pop or flop. He says one team will pop, one team is going to flop. Now, he did more than one.
Well, you tell me the team, and I'll tell you if he went pop or flop. Can we do that?
Well, I'd rather...
Okay. Well, you do it how you want to do it.
Yeah, I want you to... There's a Big Ten team that he thinks is underrated.
Yep.
And by his terms, they are going to pop this year.
I think it's Iowa.
It is not.
Don't tell me it's Illinois.
It is not. It is Washington.
Oh, okay.
Washington.
I like this.
So let me pull up the Washington schedule.
I just don't know if I love Jed Fish. I will tell you, they came on at the end of the year last year. And, you know, with Will Rogers at quarterback, I thought it was a really weird fit going from Michael Penix to Will Rogers. But I'll tell you, the kid that came in late, and I watched him in the bowl game, Damon Williams.
Yeah, people are big on Damon Williams.
He looks like he could be a superstar quarterback in the making.
Well, so, and he says, I think they're an 8 to 10 win. He goes, I think I could see them getting to 10 wins. Now, you immediately say, okay, who do they play out of the Big Ten? They host Ohio State. No time set on that. It is obviously a Saturday game in Seattle there, so it's going to be a little bit later. I mean, you're hosting them in Seattle. That could be a difficult place to play. That would be a big upset. Ohio State's still favored on the road in that game.
Oh, yeah. Ohio State right now in Seattle is probably a 13-point favorite.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it'd be closer than that.
Yeah, but I think that's one of those where you grab some Washington. It's probably a 7-point Ohio.
Yeah.
And, you know, the unfortunate thing is Ohio State scores late and wins by 14.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's just one of those. But I think that game could be a little bit more difficult for Ohio State on the surface.
They are at Michigan Saturday, October 18th. Again, Michigan favored in that game, but not by near that number.
7.
Yeah. They host Illinois, one of the darlings, preseason darlings of the Big Ten.
I will list it as a pick right now.
Okay, so that's a tough boy. Illinois, if they're going to be Indiana, they got a lot of tough games.
They do, and that's what reminds me of Illinois. And I'll say this again: Illinois this year is last year's Iowa.
Yeah, where you think maybe they could
you
be
start
a
to look at the
playoff team.
schedule, and they lost those swing games.
Yeah. And then Oregon is a game they host at the end of the year. So their toughest games they
is
host.
DeBoer coaching that game?
He was good in that game.
Very good against Lanning.
Ohio State and Oregon come to Seattle. They have to go to Michigan. Illinois comes to Seattle. When you look at that schedule, I mean, if Klatt is right, if that's a good team, I mean, that's a sneaky playoff contender.
I think they're 8-4. So
Okay.
I do think it is a big improvement. I think Williams watching, him at the end of the year, I think and then Jonah Coleman is very, very good running back. And Jed Fish knows offense. I never thought Jed Fish would turn into a really good coach, but they were 6-7 last year. So, I could see, and they were very inconsistent last year, but I could see 8, maybe 9 wins.
Yeah, that's what Klatt said. He said an 8 to 10 win range. He thinks he could see them winning as many as 10 games.
I agree. I think this is more pop.
Yeah, so this is pop. His flop out of the Big Ten. Who do you think his flop is?
His flop out of the Big Ten is going to be.
You may not remember this, but you actually agreed with this, I think, yesterday. I think yesterday you agreed with this.
Wisconsin.
100%.
Yeah.
Lance, he said, I don't know if they win more than 3 games.
Oh, I think they're 3-9. I told you that yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
Klatt agrees with you.
When did Klatt come out with this where it doesn't look like I'm plagiarizing?
No, it was yesterday, I think. No, you weren't plagiarizing.
Okay, they beat Miami of Ohio. They beat Middle Tennessee State.
Now find wins
They
after
get
that.
trounced by Alabama. I think they beat Maryland. So there's 3 wins.
Okay, so they're 3-1 and they don't win again?
Yep. They lose to Michigan on the road. They lose to Iowa. They lose to Ohio State. They lose to Oregon. They lose to Washington. They lose to Indiana, Illinois, and at Minnesota. Yeah.
I mean, he's probably fired
He's
somewhere in the season at that point.
Well, tell me, is there by October, November? Because that's where he's fired.
Their bye is Saturday, November 1, right after Oregon.
Yeah.
So they're on the road at Oregon. They've started 3-1, and in your scenario, they've lost 4 straight. So now they're 3-4. But his back-to-back games, Lance, against Ohio State and at Oregon have potential to get kind of ugly.
Oh, yeah.
So you've had 2 ugly losses in a row.
Well, I think you're going to have, and that's the thing about Wisconsin. First of all, Wisconsin fans have been teased. This has been one of those really good teams that just can't get it to the next level, and I'm talking about 9 or 10 wins. But now you're not only going to drop to 3 or 4 wins, in my opinion, but you're also going to get blown out in Tuscaloosa, potentially in Ann Arbor, at home against Ohio State, at Oregon, at Indiana. I think those are blowouts.
Which one do you think? I was about to ask you this before you even went down that road. At Alabama, host Ohio State, at Oregon. Which score gets the most out of hand, do you think?
Oh, I think the Alabama game is
Do you?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. In that heat, I think Alabama will trounce them. I mean, they trounced them last year, and I think this is a better Alabama team and a worse Wisconsin team.
Yeah, at Oregon, though, the wheels are starting to come off.
Oh, Dan Lanning's not afraid to run it
Dan
off.
Lanning will run it up on you in a heartbeat. Your coach is probably maybe at that point on his way out the door.
Well, I think at that point, too, I think coaches do feel for each other, and I don't know if there's any bad blood. I just assume there's not between Fickle and Lanning.
Right.
But that's one of those that, Lanning's probably like, damn, man, we need to pull off a little bit. It's too easy.
I was about to say, though, I could see like 55-3 or something like that. And then, you wake up the next morning to Luke Fickell will not return as head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Here's what Fickell is going to remind me of. Scott Frost at UCF. You get the bigger job. Frost goes to Nebraska. It doesn't work out. Sometimes guys are a better fit at the Group 5. And I'm not saying Luke Fickell's not a good coach. I thought he was a great defense coordinator. The guy can recruit. But sometimes at a smaller place, you do a better job. And I think it was such a good fit at Cincinnati. And now you tried the Phil Longo experiment. That didn't work out. I think Wisconsin fans, I think they are starving, for success again. And I think ultimately they're probably going to have the appetite for a change.
So you think the two, and I'm going to go heavy air quotes here, name programs Alabama plays out of conference, they run out of the stadium?
Oh, yeah. Double-digit wins for sure. And I would say more than likely 20-plus wins than just 10-plus wins.
When you scheduled those, I mean, Florida State and Wisconsin in the same year, when you scheduled that, you were like, hey, that could be a challenging out-of-conference schedule.
Well, I mean, when you scheduled it, Florida State was an undefeated ACC champion,
I
right?
guess. I mean, I can't remember how long ago those games hit the calendar. The Wisconsin game quite a while back. I remember us talking about that a long time ago. And again, when you schedule those programs were pretty solid programs. And now that the games have rolled around.
Yeah, and then, guys that are anti-SEC will be saying, Alabama, on the surface, these games look like difficult games, but Alabama's playing a bad Florida State and a bad Wisconsin team. You don't know that.
That's not on Alabama that they got bad.
Well, think about it. I wonder if somebody would have scheduled Indiana 2 years ago. Do you want Indiana on your schedule
Exactly,
now?
yeah. That looked like a layup. And then it rolled around last year, and like, holy crap, what am I doing playing Indiana at a conference? College scheduling is totally broken, especially out of conference scheduling is totally broken. I don't know that there's a good way of fixing it. There are a lot of ideas out there, but this just shows you how broken it is. Like, this is going to be a good Alabama team. And when these games are scheduled, you're like, man, that's going to be a really good Alabama schedule. And then the games get here, and you're like, I don't know.
But I'll tell you this, for an Alabama fan, this is what you want this year, because I think your SEC schedule is so difficult. So you get what looked like meaty games in Florida State and Wisconsin. You start 3-0 before you head to Athens. You just wonder at that point, is the storyline in that game going to be Kirby has a massive Alabama problem?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
if Kirby was to lose that game at home this year, that early in the season, you can never call it a bad loss to Alabama, but that is going to be a difficult loss for Kirby.
But think
if they were to lose that game.
Think about this: in 2028, Alabama hosts Ohio State, and they play at Oklahoma State. Now, there's a time where you get those two games together, and you're like, oh, holy crap, that's tough.
I feel really good that Ohio State's going to be good.
I agree. I think that's a solid.
I have no idea. I think the most interesting thing about Oak State is Mike Gundy's still going to be there.
Yeah, 2028, I'd bet against it.
Yeah.
But there was a time going to T. Boone Pickens, that was unless you were named Oklahoma, that was a really difficult place to go find a W. Oklahoma did it every time, but a lot of other teams struggled.
You know
with
what's
that
crazy with this Alabama schedule? Alabama's only going to be an underdog one time, as difficult as the schedule is.
Yeah, Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not even huge, right? That won't be a huge underdog.
I mean, I think based on the history, Georgia 3.5 to 4.5.
Yeah. You can watch all those games with our friends at Twin Peaks when they finally roll around those games.
Yeah, Twin Peaks, great place to go and enjoy the cold, cold beer from our friends at Twin Peaks. In our studio right now, our kegerator running at 35 degrees, but at Twin Peaks, 29 degrees. Always the signature cold drafts there. Grab one for lunch, grab one for dinner. Some of the incredible burgers, the quesadillas that I had a couple of weeks ago, the Twin Peaks girls running around in 3D. No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, they've got everything from tequila cocktails, extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over the ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out that adventurous drink menu, second to none. And don't forget about the 29-degree drafts. Get in today to Twin Peaks.
All right, when we come back, we're going to do 4 downs, and also NFL teams, 5 NFL teams that'll make the biggest swings, good or bad, in their win total this year. Can we do it this way? I don't know did you want to do a snake draft between me and you, or
yeah, we can.
I was going to recommend we just write our 5 on the whiteboard and see how much crossover we have. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
because I got 5 picked out that I really feel comfortable.
And this
about.
is
good or bad?
Yeah, good or bad.
Yeah, it's a win swing total from last year, either good or bad. See how much crossover we have. We'll do that in the next segment on the next round.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Looking to expand your business? Let the Next Round help you. Contact us, sales@nextroundlive.com, and be part of the team. Advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platforms. The Next Round can take your business to the next level. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, while reaching the most desirable audience for your business. Get more information by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level using the Next Round.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Since you listened to my last message so well and got rid of those cargo shorts and stained t-shirts, it's time to replace them with Rowback. Go to rowback.com and click on the Refresh collection to find all that you need for an EG-approved wardrobe. It includes pieces that will have you ready to hit the golf course after a busy day of meetings or comfy favorites for travel and working from home. Get 20% off using code TNR20. See, I'm saving you some money.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
I meant to text Greg from Pell City before the show. He was listening yesterday when we were doing what was found on the roof in that trash story? I forgot.
Drugs in a chimney.
Yeah, drugs in a chimney. I'm going to try to find Greg's text. He never sent us the video.
I was very fascinated to see what was coming.
So Greg texted me. He said, "Funny you should mention what I've seen on a roof. LOL. In 17 years of doing this, I've never run into this." And I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. And then like an hour later, he said, "LOL. I thought I shared a video. Hold up." And we never got the video.
Never got the video. See, that's the busy man that Greg is.
I know. Greg's he's too busy to send us the video. But now I want to see the video.
Yeah, I want to see it more than ever now. It could be anything.
Yeah. So, Greg, I know you're out there. When you get a second, send us that video and let us know if Tyler and Scott can show it on the show. Give me a heads up on that so we can show it if possible. That is Greg from Pell City. 205-542-3531. That's 205-542-3531. That's his number. And Greg is Storm Restoration Roofing. He'll get up on that roof, he'll take a look at it, and he'll give you a honest estimate of where you stand, right? That is absolutely free. And Greg is the best in the business. He works with those insurance agents, make sure you get taken care of the way you're supposed to. And he's not going to rob you. People tell us all the time. I called Greg out because of your show. He got up on the roof. He came back down and said, actually, you're not as bad as you think. This thing can wait a little bit. So, I mean, that's the way he's going to operate. Storm Restoration Roofing is the company's name. We've had a ton of rain, unseasonably large amount of rain, and you may have some leaks you've developed. Let Greg take care of those and find them for you and fix them. 205-542-3531. That's 205-542-3531. He is Greg from Pell City. While I'm doing just call-outs on the air for people to send us stuff, I'll do this one more time, and I'll give you again, if you weren't with us last time I did this, the reason I'm doing this is we had lightning destroy 2 phone systems, which is the record, right? 2 phone systems, and then when we went for the 3rd phone system, as Tyler said, we made some changes that delayed that getting installed. I've had people ask me, I haven't heard Jeff from Anniston on your show in a very long time. What happened? Well, we didn't take calls for a very long time because we were getting phone systems fried routinely. It's back up and running now. Same number it's always been, 205-934 It's been so long since I've given it. I screwed it up.
That's
205-734-0923. 205-734-0923. Jeff, if you just want to call and let us know you're alive.
Yeah, we need a welfare check on Jeff. I mean, look, there is going to come a time when we're all going to go away.
Yeah, but we'd just like to know Jeff. So I've been asked that a lot. Like, I hadn't heard Jeff in a while. Is he okay? So
and that's, I mean, the sad thing is, like, did Jeff take a new job? No, it's like, is Jeff alive or dead?
I know. We hope alive. We're pulling for alive.
Oh, yeah.
We love Jeff. 205-734-0923. And the reason I say that is Jeff could have been trying. We would not have known because of lightning. And he could have just said, well, I guess they don't want to take my calls anymore and given up. That's not the case at all.
Yeah, and I think the only way he communicates, I could see him use a Western Union back in the day, maybe smoke signals, but there is no chance he's going to be able to reach out electronically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect to get a tweet from Jeff.
No, I don't either.
There's also no way for us to really know that it's Jeff from Anniston.
Yeah.
Somebody can just make a Twitter.
That's right. That's
make
true.
Their profile
we don't know
Jeff from Anniston.
If a Jeff from Anniston showed up in the YouTube chat room, I'd be like, I don't know if that's really Jeff.
Yeah, and
we're going to need to hear the voice.
Yeah, we have no idea what he looks like. By the way, we did talk about at one time, will he show up at one of our kickoff parties? We are trying to get the exact date and venue locked in this week for the kickoff party, which should be within the month. It'll be, mid to late August, but we'll give you more details on that.
Yeah. Exciting times. So mid to late August, keep that whole 2-week window open there for the kickoff party. We'll have a fun event and maybe a couple new twists this year for the old kickoff party. So hang around for that. So Jeff, if you're out there, 205-734-0923. Got it that time, Tyler. Got it. All right, you ready for your 5 teams?
Yep.
All right, so Lance texted me this morning. He's like, here's something I'm thinking of. Let's go 5 teams. Biggest improvement or fall off. I went 4 ups. I've got 1 down and 4 ups, Lance.
I have got 5 ups. I'm trying to go nothing but positive today.
How about that?
Yeah, so I've got 5 ups.
I thought the easiest play on the board to me was a down. That's who I went number 1, Detroit. 15-2 last year. I've got Detroit dropping from 15-2. I think they're like a 10-win team. Five game drop's pretty big.
I think Detroit is going to play with a mat on. I do think the concern we talked about Frank Ragnow, your starting center is retired, but both of your coordinators.
Yep.
And I think Aaron Glenn. I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. I think much bigger deal is going to be on the offensive side of the ball with Ben Johnson leaving and taking the Chicago job. I could see this being an 11-6 team and still a very successful season.
It's still a 4-game drop, though. That's a big drop.
Yeah, it is a big drop. So I don't have a problem with this one. I think Detroit's going to be good, but I did not have them on my list.
This hurts my favorite team a little bit. I got New England as a riser. New England was a 4-win team last year. I think they could double that this year. I think they could be an 8-win team and challenge for the playoffs. I think Las Vegas with Pete Carroll will raise. They were a 4-win team last year. I think they'll be up. San Francisco, when are you ever going to get them as a 6-win team, right? 6-win team because of a lot of injuries last year. I think they're up. And then I took a flyer on the New York Giants, Lance. 3 wins. Could they get to 6 wins this year, maybe, the Giants, and give me +3? I think right here, I think I'm 5 to the good on this one. I think I'm 4 to the good on this one. I think I'm 4 to the good on this one. I think I could be 5 or 6 to the good on this one, and I think I'm 3 or 4 to the good on this one. If we kept up with the total change.
So give me, again, one more. I'm just going to add this up.
So
what do you think?
Detroit, I think I'm +5 on Detroit. Technically -5, but if I think 4 on New England.
Okay.
On Las Vegas, I think 4.
Okay.
On San Francisco, I think 5 or 6 on San Francisco.
We're going to go 5.
Let's go 5. And then on the Giants, I think 3.
So 21 total.
All right, 21.
Okay, we've got some duplication. I think San Fran is the easiest on the board. I think more than likely, as much as I love my Rams, I think San Fran wins the NFC West. I think they're an 11-win team, so I'm going to give myself 5 on that.
Okay.
The Patriots, I think Drake May, and I do think with the coaching change, more quarterback friendly, I think May is going to be the real deal. So I agree with you. I think that's 4 to 8 wins. I think the Raiders, when you look at better quarterback situation with Geno, I think better culture with Pete Carroll, Brock Bowers in year 2 is going to be unstoppable. And Ashton Genty, that wrinkle in the offense, I think they go to 8 wins in a very crowded AFC West.
So we had those 3 on both our lists. It's either good or bad for 49ers, Patriots, and Raiders.
Cowboys, let's not forget, the Cowboys were a 12-5 team for 3 consecutive years before they fell apart last year at 7-10. I think the Cowboys are more 10 wins. I'm only going to go up 3 there, but I think it's a significant swing around. And then I think the Panthers go from 5 wins the way Bryce Young played and Dave Canales really getting comfortable in his second year. I think they go from 5 to 8 wins. So I'm going to go 6, 10, 14, 19. You got me beat.
I got you 21 if I'm right. You got 19?
19. I do feel good about all these win totals.
You know, it seems so easy, doesn't it, when you start looking at them?
Yeah.
Like San Francisco, you're right, was probably, when I said Detroit, probably San Francisco was the easier of the two because I even could make a case for 6 for them to get to 12 wins. That was just that was an injury situation last year. That 49ers roster is too good to go 6 wins. So that probably is the easier one. Probably.
Okay, so
I like Detroit, too. I like that Detroit play.
Well, here are some of the win totals for the teams that we talked about. Okay, we did not have anybody at 11.5. Detroit's only 10.5. I mean, you couldn't feel good.
They went from 15 last year to 10.5.
But where do you play that now?
I think I'd play 10. I think I'd play the under 10.5.
Boy, under 10.5, that is tough. San Francisco was 10.5.
Yeah, but they were 6 last year. I would play the over 10.5 on that one.
I wouldn't feel great about it, though, because, I mean, look, they've adjusted these things extremely well. Let me see if there's any other. Where's the next team? I thought about the Bears, by the way. They're at 8.5.
I wrote them down at 8.5, but what were they, 6 last year?
Damn, the Patriots are 8.5.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. I think they're plus 4 or 5.
Cowboys are 8.5. I feel good about the Cowboys over. I do feel good about the Cowboys over.
That has been one of the more fascinating totals in the offseason. We've talked a lot about it.
The Panthers are 6.5. I feel good about that over. The Raiders are 6.5. I feel good about that over. You could get the Giants at 5.5. You feel good about that?
I don't feel great about that. I told you that was the flyer on my list with the Giants.
I'll tell you, man, the surprising win totals to me
the Giants' starting quarterback is Jackson Dart, right? That's who's starting for them?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't?
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson probably.
Old man Russ.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, the most intriguing total here to me is New England jumping up to 8.5. That's a massive jump.
That is a big jump from 4 to 8.
So if you play the over, you're more than doubling their win total.
Yeah, which doesn't happen very often in the NFL.
No.
I feel good about it, though. I mean, I hate to say that. It hurts my Dolphins if they're that good.
What?
You can go to the window? Is that what you're about to tell me?
You sure can.
I don't feel that good about it, Lance, but yeah, you could absolutely go to the window.
I will tell you this, then, and I'm going to be doing some podcast, getting ready for the season. I did my favorite over win totals and under totals last year. I'll do that again this year. But to me, that is one of the more fun bets to have because you're investing on a team for the entire season.
Yeah. Do you like having an over or an under?
Oh, I really don't care.
You don't care?
No, because, I mean, going into the game, it's different when you're talking about an over or under on a total.
Yeah, because you're winning until you're not. You're winning the entire game until you're not. And the over, you're never winning until sometimes
But let's say that
last minute.
You've got the Eagles and Commanders, and you got under 42.5. There's just a lot of people that don't want to sit there and pull for an under.
That's right. You want an exciting game.
But if you've got, under the 8.5 for New England this year, you're just pulling against New England to lose the game every week.
Yeah.
So to me, and that's one of the fun things about the kind of the Calcutta pool that we do, where I've got 4 NFL teams, because I get to pull for those teams week in and week out just to win the game.
Yeah, you're going to do those at Lance's Lock. I was about to say this. Hemp Hill Services brings you Lance's Lock every single day.
Not a good day yesterday in Major League Baseball, but we bounced back today. We've got 3 plays up and available. Always a free play. It is brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for your plumbing, heating, and cooling issues. 205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
And our guy, Alexander Shinara, trial attorney, Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case, and you start right there at Shinara.com. Alexander's mission, create a firm that could handle any issue his community faced. His community is Birmingham. He was trying to take care of the people of Birmingham. He's done just that. Alexander Shinara's firm now not only handles personal injury claims, but claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, a host of other claims. Again, when you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shinara.com. Shinara.com. We're about to do 4 downs. But before we do this, I'm just reading this on Twitter from Connor O'Gara. He said he starts the tweet, Lance, with "Believe it or not," and I don't believe it. I think Connor is wrong here.
Okay.
Texas.
That's a museum, by the way, right?
Believe it or not, Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah.
Have you been to that
I
one?
have
It's
never.
in Gatlinburg, I think.
I used to have a Ripley's book. I think it was Layton's or something.
I loved those when I was a kid.
And just the world where the Guinness books were fun. Didn't realize they were a
money-making
rip-off
scheme.
business, a racket. But okay, so believe it or not.
Believe it or not, Texas has never been the number one preseason team in the AP. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that
How
either.
is that not possible?
So let's go back after they won the national championship. Vince Young left.
Yeah,
Colt
that's why.
McCoy was taking over the team. I think it was probably such an unknown.
I would bet Florida started the year number one that year because they were.
I don't know. That was Urban Meyer's second year.
Oh, that's right. I had the wrong one. Yeah.
I mean, Ohio State played for the national championship with Troy Smith, but I don't know what kind of an
I'd have to go back and
expectation for
look.
Tressel.
That is baffling to me that Texas has never been the preseason number one team in the Associated Press. And Connor even starts it with "Believe it or not." I'll text Connor and say, "We do not believe
And
you,
what
Connor."
poll is this?
Associated Press.
Okay.
It's been there a long time. Man, that is hard to believe with as much hype as Texas gets. And do you think next week when the AP poll comes out, they'll be number one?
Yes.
Or not next week, but in a couple weeks. First week of August, I think it will come out.
And I really don't think I don't think Sark really wants that. I guess he's got to embrace it at this point.
The rest of Connor's, as he sets up his story, why Texas fans should not want the preseason number one ranking. So Connor writes that at Saturday on South at CJ O'Gara if you want to go read that. But that is incredible to me that Texas has never been the preseason number one. I would have just thought with some of the teams they've had and the hype Texas seems to often get.
Hey, look, I'm looking at this. So is it possible the AP started in 1950?
No, I think the AP goes back pre-war, World War II. I could be wrong about
I've only got this list till it says preseason poll started in 1950.
All right, now the preseason. Okay, I got you. Preseason. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Man, I am looking at it. Texas is not on here, Brown.
That's crazy, man.
2006, Ohio State did start preseason number one.
I mean, Texas has never been preseason one, and they're about to do that for the first time in school history.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting because it's got the final rankings of the preseason number one teams. What do you think the furthest anybody's ever fallen?
Somebody's fallen from one to out of the poll, haven't they? I think before.
Man, in the 60s, there was a run of it. But from 1965 all the way to 2012, you didn't have one fall completely out of the poll. And we've only had one since 1965 fall completely out. That was 2012. USC started at number one, and they finished not ranked.
What happened? Do you remember what happened to 2012 USC?
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin happened to them?
No, it might have been Sark.
It might have been Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah.
Oddly full circle there. Isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, oddly full circle.
Yeah, interesting. Alabama's first preseason at number one under Saban was 2010, and they finished 10th.
So that's the first time Alabama was ever preseason number one?
2013 was the next time they finished 7th.
Yeah.
2016, second. 17, they did win it. They went wire to wire, and they were the first team to do that since Florida State in 99. I guess technically USC did it in 04. Yeah, so not ranked. How about 4 straight years? Boy, the AP couldn't. They had their head in their ass. 1961, they had Iowa at number one, not ranked. 1962, Ohio State, number one, not ranked.
Yeah, but how often is that going to happen?
1963, USC, not ranked. And Ole Miss, 1964, not ranked.
Yeah, that's back when Ole Miss was national power, though. I think they won national championships in 60. There are a couple in the early 60s that they claim as national
Boy, you
championships.
had more variety back then because, just looking, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Michigan State, UCLA was number one, LSU, Syracuse, Iowa, Mississippi, Nebraska, Purdue in 1968. Was that Gary Danielson?
Maybe so, or Don Greasy, or Bob Greasy.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably Bob Greasy, yeah.
Pittsburgh in 82. That was Marino and Joe Green. No, not Joe Green, Hugh Green.
Hugh Green.
Nebraska, Auburn was 1984. They finished 14th that year, by the way. There's a Michigan, a Miami, a Florida State. Now it gets boring. Now it's just all Alabama and Georgia.
Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia.
But now Texas for the first time. Yeah, I agree.
For the first time.
I think Connor is going to be right here. I mean, do you agree they're going to be number one?
I think they will be number one. Now, he maintains they don't want to be number one, and you say Sark doesn't want to be number one, but I think they will be voted number one.
Is Penn State going to be number two?
You don't think they'll go Ohio State?
I mean, we saw the poll
that's
yesterday.
True, and that is voters. That was the Cleveland Plain Dealer doing that, but that's people that vote.
Man, so right now, and I just want to remind all these people that are voting, Sark has never won anything, and neither is James Franklin.
Yeah.
So now you've got them paired up to win the national championship, if in fact that is our 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, Sark, I would say, has won more than James Franklin.
Well, he's won a Big 12 championship.
Franklin's won a Big 10.
Yeah.
He's won a Big 10. He's played for another one.
Which is more impressive.
Sark has played for an SEC championship. I would say the road win at Alabama was bigger than any win Franklin has had.
I don't think there's...
Franklin's biggest win at Penn State was that home win against Ohio State where they blocked the kick and returned it.
I don't think and that was 2016, the
That's a
year they won the
long
Big
time
Ten
ago,
and didn't get into the college football playoff. But I don't think there's anybody that would hire Franklin over Sarkisian. Like nobody.
I would agree with you. Sark is viewed as an offensive genius, and that is actually Franklin's weakness.
Well, and offense. Franklin is viewed as a great recruiter, but so is Sark.
Yeah. Man, I am blown away by that they've never been number one. All right, we will do 4 downs.
The last time a Big
hour.
Ten team was preseason number one.
I mean, I would say Ohio State sometime recently, were they not?
2015, remember the team that couldn't lose and they ended up 4th that year? Remember, they were coming off the national championship. They had 3 quarterbacks.
Oh, Ohio State, yeah.
Who do we play? It was J.T. Barrett, it was Cardell Jones, and it was, oh, my God.
Who's the middle guy?
J.T. Barrett, Cardell Jones.
J.T. Barrett was the starter the year before he got hurt. They went to somebody, and then Cardell Jones was third team. You can't remember who was second team, can you?
Oh, he ended up playing receiver. I cannot believe the name is escaping me.
Not Terrell
right
Pryor.
No,
he ended up playing receiver. But didn't they open at Virginia Tech?
They did.
They opened the season at Virginia Tech, and you're right. They were like, this is the only team in America with 3 quarterbacks that could start and win a national championship, and none of them could.
Man, it's pretty crazy. Like, if you don't include USC as part of the Big Ten, which they weren't, the Big Ten has only had preseason over the last 25 years, preseason number 1 twice, and it's been Ohio State both times, in 2006 and 2015.
Wow.
Remind me who this quarterback was.
What? And where?
Somebody in the chat's got to remember. So
the third quarterback?
J.T. Barrett, Cardell
Braxton Miller.
Braxton Miller.
Yeah, thank you. Walker, first one I saw.
Thank you, and he did play receiver.
Yep, Braxton Miller. I mean, I do remember that. You're right. They were like, they'd go any 3 of these guys with this roster and win a national championship. And did Miller start? Or J.T. Barrett started, I think, at Virginia Tech that night. And
or
you're
maybe
right.
Cardell.
You're right. It didn't seem like it was going to matter. All right, we'll do 4 downs in the next hour and trash more college football and NFL. That is all next on the next round.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Alabama, join us over on covercrimson.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on covercrimson.com.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Hang out with the next round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out the next round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
No matter the occasion, the Next Round store has you covered with whatever you need. Head over to nextround.store and start filling your cart up now. When you wear your gear, make sure to let us know by posting on socials, and you might just end up seeing yourself during a commercial break. Go browse now at nextround.store and place your order before the break ends.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Auburn, join us over on thebarnauburn.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on thebarnauburn.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we go to the final hour of the show today. As always, today's show, the final hour, being presented by Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Our guy Sterling and the crew. More with Sterling coming up. Can we tease that?
Yeah, you can go on and talk about it. I talked to Sterling this morning, and we're all in now. The problem is some of the participants in the back are getting a little soft on us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I thought they were all in, last I heard.
Well, I mean, Forrester has been looking forward to this. I think he's got probably a stomach that can handle most.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about Tyler.
Tyler, you good on spicy?
I'm all right. I'm not like someone who seeks out the spiciest stuff, but I'll be all right.
Okay.
Taylor said she's in. EG was like, not going to do it.
EG is not going to have wing sauce all over her face on camera.
Is that what the problem is?
I don't think she's going to say it, but I think that is part of it.
Is EG going to host it? All right, well, let me just say what we're doing first.
We got to try to talk Melton into this.
That's going to be the hardest one. We're going to have to tell him he can't have any champies that's up here if he doesn't participate.
Yeah, so I let him off the hook because I was like, okay, we'll do Tyler, Forrester, EG, and Taylor. We'll put them at the Mio table. I was going to ask questions and moderate it.
Okay, you were.
And then I was going to get you to be the technical Forrester for a minute.
I don't know if we want that, but I'm happy to help it any way I can.
But now that EG is tapping out, I don't know. Maybe me and EG could host it together.
Yeah, another Hot Ones challenge coming your way.
Yes,
is what we're getting at, and this time Sterling is going to do it so they don't taste horrible.
Yeah, well, I wanted some personality from the back room. I mean, you guys get little hints. and some little, some one-liners from these guys, but to really see them in the wild.
Get to know them a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah, that's part of the Hot Ones Challenge.
Yeah, so anyway, show number 1,000.
That's right, on Friday.
Is on Friday, so Sterling was with us from day one back at the River Chase Galleria for the Men's Big and Tall McMillan show.
Seems like an eternity
It
ago.
really does, but he is going to bring food out, so we're looking forward to that. Then we're going to do a Hot Ones, hopefully. We're still trying to confirm that with certain people in the back room.
That's right. So all that to say, you can actually go by and enjoy lunch with Sterling right now. Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Highway 119 in Alabaster, champyschicken.com. Champyschicken.com, everything from the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales to the po' boys to the great chicken fingers, all the great sides right there at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. We're about to do 4 downs. Before we do that, yesterday, Jaquez Wilkes, the linebacker from Wadley, committed to Auburn. 4 stars. There is video. Scott is showing you video of his commitment down in Ranburne as he commits to Wadley as he commits to Auburn from Wadley. This guy is a linebacker. That's what it says next to his name. Lance, in the state championship game, tell me if this is good. 38 carries, 312 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
State championship
What was that
game.
per carry?
I mean, that's he's just a shade under 10 yards per carry and 5 touchdowns. So,
and he's 6'4", 240?
Yeah, he can run the ball too. Jaquez Wilkes, he's a 4-star. He is going to Auburn. Obviously, recruiting has been front and center in the discussion about Hugh Freeze and Auburn. This was a good
That's a taller Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. 38 carries, 312 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not in some throwaway game, in the actual state championship game. So imagine they ran the ball a lot that night, 38 times at least. Just now, from Hayes Fawcett on 3, 4-star quarterback Tayden, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I apologize. Kawa is how I'm going to say it.
I think that's probably right.
All right. He's committed to Alabama, 6'5", 225. He's a quarterback from Molokai, Hawaii. Chooses Alabama over BYU, which is interesting. BYU has recruited very well from the state of Hawaii historically. Quarterbacks historically have gone to BYU. I would never, without hearing this kid say it, suggest that the recent issues with Retzlaff at BYU, but you do wonder, don't you? Yeah.
First thing I thought about. I mean, look, if you
wonder.
If you're advising your kid and there is a possibility, like, kids are going to get naked. They're going to have sex in college. It's part of the college experience. That they could get suspended for half the season.
Yeah. I mean, it's something for one mistake or one thing that is considered. I mean, I don't know how to label that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and look, and there's probably people that are on the side of the honor code, and that's fine.
But there are other things on the honor code. It's not just premarital sex. I mean, there are other things, and like,
it's a Coke. You can't. I'm not talking about cocaine. I'm talking about Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you do wonder, like, I mean,
and the cocaine, I guess, is on there too.
Cocaine probably more than Coca-Cola.
Any stimulants.
Yeah, but you just wonder. But it's not an issue for this kid. He's going to Tuscaloosa, or at least he says now he's going to Tuscaloosa. Another 4-star quarterback, or another quarterback, this one a 4-star that is going to Tuscaloosa instead of BYU. So a couple of recruiting notes.
You think that's ever a question to a coach? Can I have sex here?
Without getting suspended?
Or you think Sataki's like, hey, look, you're going to have to sign this, but trust me, I played here. Just don't get deposed.
That's right. Well, what happens in Provo stays in Provo.
Right. I still do want to go to a 2:30 game there.
See, I kind of like the night games. I know, like the 2:30 game, you get the nice mountain backdrop, but those night games just hit different in Provo.
Yeah, we might need to do this as the summer winds down, like 3 must-see random venues for you in college football.
You know, and I've watched a lot of games in Wyoming.
Oh, I would love to go.
And I haven't watched them in Wyoming, but games that are played in Wyoming. And that night game in Wyoming, that's a cool looking venue.
And I think you almost go in October because you could get some snow, but like if you mess around and roll the dice and go in November, you might not get out of there.
No, that's absolutely right. I wouldn't mind doing a game in Ames, Iowa. That seems like a fun little spot.
Now, I've had people that are Iowa fans. Lames. You don't want to go to Lames.
Lames.
Yeah. And I'm like, it actually looks cool. It looks more fun to me. I mean, outside of the waving to the kids, I think I would rather go to a game at Iowa State than Iowa.
Oh, I would too. The waving at the kids would be a cool thing, but the rest of that, I don't know how much fun that is.
You know, I always thought the late night, whether it was Corvallis or Pullman, there was something about the Pac-12.
I agree.
Yeah, I think, you know, one of those venues, I don't know how different it would be now that they're not conference affiliated. I know they're coming back to the new revised Pac-12. You know, in the SEC, nothing jumps out to me except
I've been
for
to most of them.
Maybe College Station because I haven't been to a game there. Have you been to College Station?
I've never been to College Station.
Would you want to go?
I guess it seemed, boy, it's so culty and hokey.
It is.
That's what worries me about it.
It is.
Scott, has Scott been? Scott, have you been to College Station? Have you done a game there?
Multiple games.
And your thoughts were what?
Favorite stadium in the SEC.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and you've been to almost all of them, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, everywhere except, I haven't been to the two new additions.
Okay.
And Vanderbilt.
So you've not been to Vandy. You have not missed anything. That's the worst stadium in the SEC easily.
It's terrible. I did not see that one coming. So what stood out to it for you? Was it more crowd?
Crowd, yeah, it's great atmosphere. It's weird as hell with the yell leaders, 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That stadium's just it's modern, but it's really loud. They're into it the whole game. It's a great place.
Okay.
I
was not expecting you to say favorite spot in the SEC.
You know, in the ACC, I might want to go to a game at Lane Stadium. They just suck
like
now.
The old Thursday night Lane Stadium was fantastic.
You know, and then you could I've been to.
I've always wanted to go to Georgia Tech. You know that. And
Me too.
We drove by it in Atlanta, going to the Vortex the other night. Scott,
I found a new sandwich shop that is right there on the Georgia Tech campus that I ate 3 consecutive days when we were over for SEC Media Days. So I still want to go to Bobby Dodd too.
Yeah, I want to go there. Scott, we drove right by it, and even our Uber driver's like, yeah, it's a fun place to go to a game, didn't he? Do you remember that part of it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bobby Dodd.
Yeah, Bobby Dodd.
It's got a cool backdrop.
I know. I want to go.
Hey,
City right
was
there.
this the Uber driver where his hey, so I had the same Uber driver.
This is crazy, Tyler. So we had we have an Uber driver, and he asked us why we're in town, and we tell him, and he's like, "Oh, you do a show?" And he's like, "Wait a minute," and he's like, he recognized us, and then he's like, "No, I don't know you guys." And he says,
y'all were coming to meet us at dinner on Sunday night, the first night at the Vortex.
Lance and his girlfriend at the Vortex. Me, Dunaway, and Forrester in the Uber. And the guy's like, hey, you need to talk about my nephew. He's a linebacker for Long Island. They open at Florida this year. And we're like, we've made fun of that game. You know,
he's a shark.
Yeah, he's a shark. The fact that they're playing Long Island, we've laughed at that because, no, he's a linebacker. You know, he could have played in the SEC. He's at Long Island. I'm like, probably not. But anyway, he's at Long Island. So then the next day you say.
Oh, I get picked up by the guy, Forrester, and he starts talking, and he's like, what are you in town for? SEC Media Days. Oh, man, I picked up some guys. You know, there was one guy in the front was a talker. I assume that was Brown.
That's me.
And he said there was a video guy with him, too. And so I freaked him out. And so we started talking a little bit longer, and I was like, you've got a cousin that plays, right? And he was like, yeah. And I said,
what are the odds of that?
The same Uber driver in Atlanta.
But I freaked him out. I said, for Long Island, right? I'm just guessing. He was like, how in the hell do you know this? And I was like, those are my guys yesterday. He was in the Tesla.
Yeah, he's in the Tesla. Yeah, nice fella. He's fired up about Long Island football.
Do you guys usually have good Uber experiences?
My family makes fun of me because, to Lance's point, I always sit shotgun and always strike up a conversation with the Uber driver. Always.
So what'd you do in the Waymo then?
In the Waymo, I sat shotgun and didn't talk to anybody. That's it.
Well, you heard me talk to the robot the whole time.
Lance was. I couldn't get a word in edgewise with this guy right here peppering the robot with questions, getting no answers. By the way,
I typically have good Uber experiences. I got in the nicest Uber as far as cleanliness. It was an Expedition. It was after the Tesla ride in Atlanta. But I told the guy, I was like, this is the cleanest car I've ever been in my life. But I've had some really bad Uber experiences. Do you get bad ones?
I only get bad ones.
Really?
Yeah. There was one time where I needed a ride to work, and the Uber driver was just flooring it the whole way, just taking these hairpin turns. Got another one where the guy was listening to some how should I put this? It was like extremist like speeches
Like Hitler and Mussolini?
Or more
eliminate the non-believers, all the infidels type stuff.
Jeez.
And I'm sitting in the backseat just like, oh my gosh.
That's hardcore.
Just get me to work in one piece.
It is random, because I'm like Brown. And Tyler, you're not a big talker. You're not a big extrovert.
No.
But I'll strike up a conversation.
Yeah.
I got picked up one night, and this chick started talking about her and her boyfriend are polyamorous. I didn't know what polyamorous was until she brought up the conversation. This is years ago.
Yep.
And, I had to... This is before the robot. I just used the Google to see what polyamorous was, and I was like, oh, my God. And then she started to really get out there.
Yeah. No, that wasn't even out there. The polyamorous part wasn't out there. She got out there after that, huh?
Yeah. How about how they share a house.
Yeah.
It's a 2-bedroom house. They've got their bedroom, but the other bedroom, you've just got to inform the partner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I was like, it's a wild world, man.
No, I like talking to the Uber driver. Find out why they came to America, stuff like that.
So most aren't from America?
You find a lot that are not. Yeah. When I can tell they're not, I like to get their backstory.
It is different, though, because the Uber driver, I would say 70% are from America, but the old cab, I mean, it was 99% are not from America.
So Zach says if you're getting bad Ubers, you need to peep your Uber rating. You might have a bad rating. And that's how I looked at my rating. I found out because when I got the Waymo, I said, how did I get offered a Waymo? And Lance's girlfriend said, that means you've got a good Uber rating. They offer you a Waymo. So I looked mine up. I'm a 4.96.
How do I have a bad Uber rating?
Well, I don't know.
I've got a 5.0.
A 5.0. Okay.
I barely use Uber.
Yeah. Well, then
you're a 5.0?
Yeah.
A 5.0. Look at Tyler. What a good passenger.
I just sit there silently and
What
try
are you,
not to
Brown?
talk to
I'm a
anybody.
4.96.
I am and I know I've had an issue.
I know I've had an issue.
I've got to rate my Waymo is the last thing. So let me.
I know I've had an issue is how Lance starts looking up his Uber rating.
I'm a 4.94.
4.94. It wasn't a bad issue. You're where I am. I've never had an issue.
What kind of issue did you run into?
2 times. One time, when Jack were younger, we were going to a concert, and it was Jack and a couple of his buddies, and one of them stepped on the guy's seat, and he got pissed. And boy, so, it's one of those things, he kind of scolded my kid, and I was like, this ain't happening. So him and I really got into it. And then another time, I was a little intoxicated, and we were going to a late night spot, and I didn't really like the guy's music, and so he pulled over and dropped us off.
Oh, wow.
Side of the road.
Justin said I had an Uber driver in Biloxi a few years back try to sell us Molly.
What was he listening to?
Probably Fish or Widespread.
No, you're talking about mine?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the guy on Molly.
Lance's driver.
I was just taking a crack at Fish or Widespread.
It was something like salsa, but it was like really loud and late. And I'm just like, hey, is there any way we can, put something on we all agree on? My car, my music.
Wow.
I was like, I don't think it works like that. Like, I'm paying to ride in your car. I think, customer's always right.
I'll switch with you if you want the guy listening to the kill all the infidels speech.
That's where you say
I'll trade with you.
Technically, for the next 20 minutes, this is my car. I think if you look at the app.
So Wednesday night when we went to dinner in another Uber in Atlanta, the guy had the windows rolled down and no AC on. And I was like, hey, dude, you're going to have to roll the windows up and turn on and he just turned back and looked at me. I still give these guys 5 stars. I don't know why.
Yeah, I always
But he
give a
looked
5
back
stars.
at me like he wanted to kill me, but he did roll the windows up and he turned the AC on.
You would have to be awful for me not to give you 5 stars. Like, I just automatically hit the 5 stars. Like, I just had to do it on my last Uber in Atlanta because I do it the next time I get an Uber, so a lot of times their tip is delayed by months, I guess.
Yeah, me too. I've only given 4 stars one time, and I was going to the airport, and the car smelled like it was some of the worst BO ever, but in the back seat there were like cups and trash.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not going to give any effort. I should have given him 0, but I gave him 4.
I like it when you get in there and they got car chargers for you. Like
phone chargers water.
Gum. Yeah, that's good. All right, we will do 4 Downs. It's brought to you today by our friends at Hemp Hill Services.
205-229-2090. That is the number you need to call. Whether you experience any plumbing, heating, cooling issues, or home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
First down.
Better chance of happening. South Carolina wins a playoff game this year, or the Atlanta Falcons are in the NFC Championship game.
I cannot see a scenario that gets the Falcons in the NFC Championship.
I do want to say this, though. The Falcons have the best playmaker in the division in Bijan Robinson. They've got the best receiver in the division in Drake London. If the defense can get a little bit better and Michael Penix...
You put Drake London in front of Mike Evans?
I do right now.
Okay.
Now, for career...
Oh, career's not even close.
No, right now, I think Drake London... Scott, I don't know where you are on Drake London. I told everybody this guy's going to be outstanding. Yeah, he is incredible.
Yeah, I think Penix, I just can't see him in the NFC Championship game, though. Could the Falcons win that division and make the playoffs? Sure. Get a home playoff game? Sure. Could
Okay,
they
but
make
what
the
do you...
NFC Championship?
Can South Carolina not only get to the playoffs, but win a game?
I mean, if they get to the playoffs, they're probably on the road at a Big Ten stadium. I mean, the equivalent of Tennessee going to Ohio State last year. I would take that over the Falcons in the NFC Championship game.
See, the Falcons would have to win 2 playoffs games to get. I would take the Falcons here, I think, over South Carolina.
Would you really?
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah.
Would you, Scott?
Yeah.
As a Falcons fan, you would even.
Yeah.
And as a typically pessimistic Falcons fan too.
Wouldn't you?
I don't see South Carolina winning a playoff game.
Would you guess you've got to win your division to get in from that division? A wild card from that division would be a little unlikely.
Well, look, the Saints are gone. They're dead.
That's right.
It's crazy how much hype Tampa's getting. That's not good for Dunaway because they have won the division 5 consecutive years. But I've seen a lot of people that believe Tampa will be in the NFC Championship game. So to me, it comes down to Carolina or Atlanta wins that division. But it's probably 9 or 10 wins, and there's not a lot of expectation once they get to the postseason.
Second down.
Okay, better chance. Panthers win the NFC South or Texas Tech wins the Big 12?
I would say better chance Texas Tech wins the Big 12. I think it's that wide open that almost, with a few exceptions, any team in that conference could win it, which maybe makes it a worse chance for Texas Tech. I don't know how to evaluate that now that I say it out loud, right?
Yeah. See,
it's so wide open, maybe it makes it harder to win it.
That's what I was going to go the other side because, like, all these divisions in the NFL are always wide open. But, again, the one thing you can say going into this NFL season is the Saints are going to be terrible. So, like, the Saints are out, so it comes down to 3 teams in one division, one of those to win it. In the Big 12, I think 80% of that conference probably could win it. So I think I would go Carolina here.
I think I would go Texas Tech. I feel better about them than Carolina. It's one of my adopted teams because of this billionaire guy that is going to be funding their NIL. I just want to see how good they can get. I think I'm going to go Texas Tech here, but I am not confident in that one. I would like them slightly more than the Panthers.
Third down.
Dak Prescott, 32 years old today. You think he slept in a sleep number last night?
I don't know. His owner was rolling him under the bus for him being hurt. Did you see that comment? Jerry's getting killed for it.
I mean, he's got to stay healthy.
Well,
though.
Jerry, basically was saying we don't like to give big guaranteed contracts because he gave one to Dak and he missed half the season.
I mean, it's legitimate.
It is legitimate, but you're like, my God, I'm your starting quarterback. Why are you killing it?
Jerry and the Cowboys are the worst at giving these deals because you're going to give them sooner than later. Give them sooner where you don't have to pay as much. But my question for Dak, more total touchdowns this year, Dak Prescott or Ty Simpson?
I think Alabama's offense is going to be really good. You've got and I get the full season for Alabama, right?
Yeah.
So, I think...
you get 15, 16 games.
They're going to play
possibly
close to the same amount of games, I think. So, I'll go Ty Simpson here.
I think I will go Ty Simpson, too.
I'm going to play Dak Prescott missing games because he always does.
Well, and that's the factors. Like, how many does he miss? If Ty is not the real deal, does he get benched? I mean, that's a possibility.
And you watch enough NFL to know you're going to have some 12-6 games. I don't care how good your offense is. In the NFL, you're going to have – and I don't see Alabama playing many 12-6 games this year.
That's why when you go into a football Sunday, and again, player props are a lot of fun to bet too, most guys' total touchdowns are 1.5 on these quarterbacks. You just don't see a lot of 3 touchdown games.
Yeah, you're gonna go play against the Commanders, and it's going to be 12-6 or 12-9 or something. That's just the way the NFL works. I don't see Alabama getting in many 12-9 games, if any at all, this year.
Fourth down.
We will stick with Dak Prescott. Ultimately, better career right there in state. Dak Prescott or C.J. Stroud?
More touchdowns?
No, just better career.
Oh, better career. So Stroud's first year was fantastic. His second year, he lost all his receivers at the end of the year, basically. But he still had a good season.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of meat left on the bone. I think I'll go C.J. Stroud. I think he ends up with a better career than Dak.
Okay, let me spin this.
All right.
I kind of agree with you. If I asked you right now, Dak Prescott or Arch Manning better career?
Oh, boy, I haven't seen Arch have a meaningful start yet.
I mean, Dak right now is am I wrong on this? He is the highest paid quarterback right now, right?
I think that's right. I don't know. That changes so often, but I think he is.
I mean, so we're talking about a guy that has never started a significant game in college, or the guy that is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL that has won 12 games in 3 different seasons.
Yeah. I will take C.J. Stroud's future over what I've seen out of Dak. And Dak hasn't been bad. I'm not saying he's been bad, but...
Okay, now you escaped the question. Now I went back, Dak or Arch Manning.
I mean, I've not seen Arch play, so I'll take Dak. I'm going to take what I've seen.
I think I would take Dak, too.
Even though I kind of went the opposite on C.J. Stroud. I have at least seen 2 years of him in the NFL.
No, I mean, look, I think we've seen enough of C.J. Stroud to know he's going to be a successful quarterback. I agree. I think C.J. Stroud, although, yeah, the numbers weren't great. 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions last year.
I just wonder, like, historically, Dak Prescott, as a Dallas Cowboys quarterback, he'll definitely finish behind Aikman, behind Staubach. Do you put him behind Romo?
Probably.
Is he next after that, though?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who else you'd go with. Craig Morton.
Danny White.
Danny White. I don't know who else you go with. So he's probably the 4th
Cowboy
of all time.
Statistically, I mean, he's probably your number 1 Cowboy of all time.
I would imagine he's got better numbers than Troy Aikman, who was probably...
especially if he'd have stayed healthy.
Yeah. Romo's the interesting one because he never really won anything of note, but he's still... I think Cowboys fans still love him.
Well, and I think Romo is more known for 2 things that jump out to me with Romo, and I don't know if when I hear Tony Romo... Now I think more broadcaster, but I always think about the trip to Cancun with Jessica Simpson in season.
Is he and Witten? Romo got killed for it, and nobody ever got on Witten, but Witten was right there on the same beach with him.
And then the other thing was the fumbled field goal against Seattle in the playoffs.
Yeah. Was it an extra point or a field goal?
It was field goal.
Was it field goal? Okay,
yeah, chippy field goal.
Yep.
And I'll never forget where I was at a restaurant watching that, and boy, that was just one of those cowboy moments.
Yeah. Yeah, Romo never really won anything of note.
But he was really good.
Yeah. And Cowboys fans, I think he's beloved by Cowboy fans.
But, you know, I mean, this Dak Prescott, it's almost like Dak and Justin Herbert. They put up all these numbers, but at the end of the season, once you get into the postseason, there's nothing to show for it.
Yeah. It's empty calories. Tua does a lot of this. Tua puts up some big numbers, and what do you have to show for it?
Your win total is only 7.5.
I thought I saw it at 8.5 today on MyBookie.
I think.
What'd you say, 7.5?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I
got MyBookie
up.
open. I'm going to play the MyBookie one. I'm going to take the bigger number.
Well, this is 7.5, and it is BetMGM.
BetMGM.
Yep.
NFL.
Damn, get you a medal right there. 8-9 is a possibility for the Dolphins, isn't it?
Let's see, regular season wins.
You think 8-9 gets Mike McDaniel fired?
Yes, it does. I've got over 8.5 plus 150, under 8.5 minus 186 for the Dolphins.
I've got a solid 7.5 right here.
Yeah.
Same win total as the Jags, Colts, and Falcons. I would play that Falcons over 7.
Right where you want to be. That is 4 downs. Hey, Way to Wellness is your journey to healthy living, and they are the ones that help Dunaway not only drop some weight, that's what they're going to do, but also just get healthier overall. That's what you get from Way to Wellness, because it is a plan specifically made for you to get your numbers where they need to be, and one of those numbers is your weight, obviously. aplanforme.com. aplanforme.com is the website to go to. The reason that's the website is, as I said, it is a plan tailor-made for you to make sure you get perhaps in the best shape of your life, or at least your adult life. Way to Wellness. Leslie and her board-certified staff are going to meet with you in a risk-free evaluation there just to get your numbers and see if Way to Wellness works for you. From the meal replacement bars to all the plans they have you on, it just makes for a healthier lifestyle. And again, it is custom for you. That's why the website is aplanforme.com. aplanforme.com. It's Leslie and her staff at Way to Wellness. All right, when we come back, our college football spotlight, do you think you would ever say no to a $250 million offer?
I don't know what you would have to involve in that.
For you to say no to it? Well, somebody...
I would swim with great whites for that kind of...
For $250 million. Roll the dice on that one, huh? Somebody was not willing to roll the dice. We'll see if Lance is surprised by a no to a $250 million offer. That is next.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
New Life Art is proud to announce Daniel A. Moore's upcoming Alabama basketball painting, Buzzer Beater. Closing out the regular season, Alabama and Auburn faced off in a top 10 matchup. With less than 1 second remaining in overtime and the game tied at 91, Mark Sears launched a 15-foot floater that sealed the Tide's victory. Visit DanielMooreArt.com and see the artist's preliminary sketch of this historic Bama win. And take advantage of special pre-production pricing for Buzzer Beater.
If you're looking to expand business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us. Send an email to sales@nextroundlive.com to be a part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platform. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, and reach the most desirable audience for your business. Get information and more by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
We continue on the Next Round. This hour, as always, presented by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Champy'sChicken.com. Sterling on his way up here Friday to help us celebrate show number 1000. We are excited about that. And he can make sure you are excited about a good lunch. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 there in Alabaster. From the great chicken fingers to those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, the great po' boys, great sides, great drinks at the bar with Megan. All right there at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Champy'sChicken.com. That is Champy'sChicken.com. Big Ten Media Days continuing in Las Vegas. ACC Media Days continuing in Charlotte. So we'll have content from both those. Coaches just now making their rounds. So check out tomorrow what we have from both of those as the Media Days talking season continues throughout college football. Nothing really newsworthy has emerged that I have seen from both those. The most newsworthy thing today probably was Tony Pettiti, the Big Ten commissioner, saying we are a no on the 5+11 right now. We're fine sticking at 12 into next year. There had been some talk about being at 16 already next year. You're going to have to move the Big Ten off their spot to get to 16 next year.
Yeah, I'm against the expansion of basketball. We've talked about this.
That's right.
I think you are too.
I'm not a huge fan of it, no.
I do think 16. I mean, if we're going to do this, let's just have an even number. I think 16 makes more sense. And, I'm with you on more games on campus. I think that's more excitement.
I think 2 rounds, if you go to 16, 2 rounds on campus would be my pick. Don't know if you'll get to that, but that'd be my pick. I would hope that would be part of going to 16.
Yeah, and 16, I mean, to me, 16's enough. Like, we don't know, you need to expand. I mean, do you think there's going to be a time where we go to 32?
I really don't. I just don't think you've got enough teams to go to 32.
I mean, because even in the NFL, we've expanded to 14, and 14's a lot. Now, that is half the league, but I mean, realistically, we talked about this, SEC or the field, and you look at Notre Dame, you look at Clemson, and then it really is 2 leagues. It's 2 leagues and 2 teams right now.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think you'll ever go to 32. You're essentially going to have almost both those leagues, their entire league in there, the Big Ten and the SEC, which maybe that's what they want. I hope not. I think 16 will be the perfect number once we get there. Though I say that, FCS is up to 24 now, I think. Is that right? I think they're at 24. They were 16 for a very long time, and then they expanded to 24. So maybe 16 is not the perfect number. I don't like it when you finally eliminate buys and everybody plays the same amount, and then you're like, well, let's get buys back in it. Yeah. Even though the NFL's got buys, and that really doesn't bother me, it does on the collegiate level for some reason.
Yeah, and I kind of like the NFL, they figure it out, always. Yeah. But I kind of liked when you had the 1 and 2 seeds get buys.
I agree.
In both the AFC and the NFC.
I don't know that it was a benefit to you. Like, the home field's more of the benefit than the buy.
Yeah.
Like by that time in your
I don't know. There was a time that I felt like you really needed to get one of those 2 seeds, and maybe it was just like you got to avoid Green Bay at all costs. Back with Aaron Rodgers.
You don't want to play in the snow up there. All right, it's time to turn on that college football spotlight. Tyler, if you will, please.
The college football spotlight.
Shannara Spotlight, presented each day by Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys, a national firm with southern roots, headquartered right here in Birmingham. They have recovered more than $2 billion, maintaining Alexander's core values of integrity, mastery, passion, and success. In 24 years, they've grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com. Shannara.com. $200 to $250 million is what reportedly Memphis had on the table to join the Big 12. The Big 12 said, no, thank you, which is... I don't know if that's surprising to you or not.
Well, it is surprising. I think we're getting to the point. So it used to be, hey, how are we going to make money? We want to get into this league to make money. But now it's almost like you are investing. It's almost like an ownership group buying a professional team. Because like the money you put up front, sooner or later you're going to recoup that.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those business models. Much like owning an NFL team, like it's foolproof. Like there's no way you're going to be able to lose money. I don't think moving forward, whether it's the Big 12, the ACC, we know the Big 10 and the SEC, these teams are going to make money each and every year. So Memphis, I think the people behind this aren't stupid to be able to put that kind of money up. They know it might take 10 years to get that back, but once they get it back, then they're going to be printing money. I think more interesting is the Big 12 because Memphis brings some appeal to that league for me.
I mean, it's a bigger city. Obviously, they've got some financial backing, $250 million. You got to think a lot of that is FedEx money. I mean, FedEx is based there, but it's not only FedEx money. I'm sure it went beyond that. Good basketball program, historically, a good basketball program. They've redone Liberty Bowl. That was a dump of a stadium, but they've redone it. I don't know what it's going to look like. It's not an awful program.
Well, you think about some cities that you've got some big cities in the Big 12. The SEC and the Big 10, you've got bigger cities in the Big 12. You've got Salt Lake City, you got Orlando, you have got Fort Worth, you have got Houston,
Cincinnati.
You've got Cincy.
And that would add Memphis. I mean, those are a lot of pro towns.
You've got Phoenix/Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And then you throw Memphis in there. I mean, those are massive markets.
Yeah, a lot of pro towns are in
And,
here.
you know, Memphis, you wonder if Memphis was still really good at basketball. And I'm talking about really good. Like Penny has got good regular seasons. They do nothing in the postseason. But back to the Calipari days, how much more appealing they would be.
Yeah, they were trying to bell the American. The American dropped the Athletic yesterday. It's just the American Conference. They were trying to bell that to go to the Big 12. The Big 12 says no, and it appears that Memphis is now, I hate to say it this way, but stuck in the group of five. Like, if you can't get in the Big 12, are you going to be able to get in the ACC? I mean, this seems like this is the death knell for them ever getting in a power conference.
And so every time Memphis gets beat to people, do they talk shit?
Probably
you
so.
You think you should be in the Big 12.
Yeah.
We just kicked you in the teeth.
That's right. Like, I don't know how long it will take SMU to pay off what they've done. They went 9 years. Now, Memphis is going to go 5 years without TV money from the Big 12. That's what they had offered to do. SMU is going 9 years in the ACC without taking any payout. I don't know how long it'll take SMU to make that money back up.
But you know, it was one thing. We thought that was a big deal to not take the fair share of pay.
Yeah.
But to offer up $250 million?
Yeah, I don't know if they were saying all of that was going to the Big 12, if they were just saying this is the finances we have behind us. But that's the number that's been thrown around.
Well, it's almost embarrassing that you offer that and you get shot down.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like, you hope that doesn't go public, and apparently, according to the reports, it was a very quick shoot down too. Like, they didn't mull it over. The Big 12 board of directors met and said, "No, we're not interested."
Well, if I'm John Summerall and I'm recruiting against, Ryan Silverfield, I'm like, first of all, they don't want to be in this conference.
That's right.
We respect the American. We respect. What's the stupid Eagles' name? Soar.
That was the Eagle Soar. Yeah,
it's actually a terrible name when you think about it. Just because the connotation
like SORE. Like, I'm very sore. My back's sore.
Yeah, sore ass, a sore.
Yeah.
I mean, I get where they're going on that.
A lot of things.
But if I'm Summerall, I'm like, look, they don't even want to be here. By the way, this is how not disrespected this program is. They offered $250 million and they were told no.
That's right. Told no. Get out of here. Pound sand. That's amazing to me. $250 million. That's a lot of money to go scare up. And you wonder, like, are you able to go back to those boosters and say, hey, we're staying in the American, but you were so generous in pledging that $50 million, we assume we can still get that check, right? And if you're the booster, you're like, no, that was Big 12 money.
What a
that was not
Bush League
American
program.
money.
They play in an NBA arena.
And a dilapidated stadium. But again, they've redone that stadium.
I have never considered them a big-time program.
I have not either.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to even think of them big time in basketball. I know when Cal was
now,
there. They were in the national championship game when Cal was there. But now it's just like, I don't know, they've fallen off so much. On the surface, I don't blame the Big 12 for not taking them. The money does make it, I don't know what the whole financial structure of this deal was, but that does make it a little bit surprising.
I mean, is there anybody you would boot in the Big 12 to have Memphis?
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I would have said maybe there was a day with Texas Tech, but now when you've got the billionaire.
Do you think Cincinnati's overall program is better than Memphis, or is it pretty close?
Boy, it is close.
I mean, I think it's tighter than it should be.
That would be the one.
Cincinnati basketball has fallen off so much. And Cincinnati football, it's just kind of middle.
I guess Cincinnati football traditionally has been better.
Yeah.
There was a time when Memphis football, and it was almost like D'Angelo Williams flipped the script. I mean, those were terrible Tommy West teams.
Yep.
And then you got into, who was your boy that took the Virginia Tech job?
Justin Fuente.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you started having these coaches, that would win 10 or 11 games consistently. And I don't know. I just remember how bad Memphis football used to be.
Oh, I liked Fuente when he was there. Hey, before we go to trash, again, welcome to a new sponsor on the show, our friends at Central State Bank. If you are looking for a bank that truly gets you, it is Central State Bank. They got 6 locations across Shelby County. They've also got the location in Alexander City. Central State Bank offers products and services designed to meet a wide range of individual and commercial needs because no two needs are the same, and they know that. How do they know that? They got more than 100 years of service to back up everything I am talking about right here. And what that means, they're large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. They are rooted in the community, driven by relationships. Central State Bank, member FDIC, that is Central State Bank. We welcome them to the show. Go visit a local Central State bank, open an account.
I love the over 100 years of being large enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
That's right. That says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're watching us from New York City, that might mean nothing to you. But originating here out of Birmingham, it does. And I remember back in the old school bank days of going in and you'd get a sucker and the teller, they would be familiar with you. I remember, I was working at the Great American Car Wash, the first paychecks that I would cash. I used to love getting a tangible paycheck.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, the direct deposit. I held against that. I know that shocks you. Back in the Jocks days when they were like, you need to go direct deposit. I want you to put the check in my mailbox.
That's right. I want to go to the mailbox and I want to peel off those things and open the check.
But I used to have personal relationships. I knew the tellers. That's what you get with our friends now at Central State Bank.
That's right. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Central State Bank, member FDIC. All right, Tyler, if you will, hit the button. It's time to do trash, presented by Bud Light.
I heard the row. I felt that row. I knew to keep it pushing. I knew that. After I see the people run, I just see something big just walking, just right over here, right by the bush. It went right over there. I swear, I promise you, it went right over there. And it said row, and I just kept walking. I seen me, see it. So in my head, I'm like, nah, I gotta go, man. I'm out.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
What's he talking about, Tyler?
He saw a mountain lion in his neighborhood.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen the video of this.
He felt the roar.
The roar.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Speaking of mountain lions, one popped up on my feed the other day. It was a lion actually attacking a guy. Oof. It almost looked like it was in a prison cell. And I don't know if it was a torture thing or something, but it came up and I had to turn it off. So I've seen some really bad videos. I hope this next story is not on video.
It is not.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have pictures or video for the next one.
That's probably good. Long Island man killed in a freak MRI accident while wearing a massive 20-pound chain was led into the machine room by a forgetful technician and wound up attached to the machine for an hour before he could be released.
Oh, no.
Keith McAllister, 61, fatally injured in the bizarre incident which unfolded Wednesday afternoon inside of an open MRI while his wife was at the center to have an image of her knee taken. Quote, while my mother was lying on the table, the technician left the room to get her husband to help her off the table. He forgot to inform him to take off the chain. I would think with a 20-pound chain, it would really jump out.
I mean, that's a heavy chain, man. First of all, how are you wearing a 20-pound chain? That is a lot to tote around on your neck.
They said that the one he was wearing around the neck, when the magnet sucked him in. My mother and the tech tried for several minutes to release him before the police were called. He was attached to the machine for almost an hour before they could release the chain from the machine. They added that McAllister was led into the room by an MRI technician who did not inform him to take off the chain. Boy, the lawsuit is going to be
hefty.
Massive. Strong magnetic field created by the MRI machine can cause metal objects to be pulled in with force. They can also heat up metal objects, potentially burning a patient. They said the husband suffered several heart attacks as a result of the incident, which ultimately led to his death. Damn.
God, that's terrible.
That's a terrible story,
Awful,
Tyler. I just read them. He prints them.
Terrible way to go. But a 20-pound chain also, that's a hefty chain.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of these weight training necklaces before.
Oh, is that what it is? It's a weight training necklace.
Yeah, there were other articles describing it as a weight training chain that has like a big lock on it.
Makes far more sense now. I thought we were just doing a fashion statement.
Okay, well, I got to call him a dummy. First of all, the technician's a dummy for not taking it off, but why would you wear a weight training necklace to an MRI when you're going to be sitting in a tube?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't going to be sitting in the tube. His wife was.
Okay, I was confused that I thought she was getting knee checked and he was getting something else checked. So he's just in there.
It was like a couple.
He's just an observer and he gets sucked in.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I believe she wanted his help, standing up so they could leave after the MRI. And he walks in with the chain without being told by any technician that you should watch out and not wear a chain. A big magnet.
Yeah, this is going to be, to me, probably the landmark moment where McDonald's had to warn people how hot the coffee was. You should know this. But I think now moving forward, I don't think any MRIs are going to be done with any chains.
Let's don't wear a 20-pound chain to the MRI room. That's probably going to be on the sheet you have to sign before you do the MRI.
A man faces charges after troopers say he took his riding mower onto a busy toll road while impaired. It's amazing how many riding lawnmowers, horses. Look at this cat. You know what he looks like?
Okay.
If the Baldwin brothers had hillbilly kids.
I could see it. It's in the eyes. You got Baldwin eyes.
Yep. Just a little off.
The Baldwin brothers had hillbilly kids.
Like he's got that one tooth that's longer than all the other teeth.
It does. It stands out,
yeah. Anyway, according to the Florida Highway Patrol, dispatchers received calls from multiple witnesses around 8:30 a.m. on Friday, reporting a man operating a lawnmower erratically. Boy, he's got to really be going crazy on this thing for people to call, right?
I mean,
troopers say traffic cameras show the lawnmower going south. The rider was pulled over just south of the exit to US 98. That's when Highway Patrol say Christopher Spain, right here, a.k.a. Hillbilly Baldwin, 38 years old, showed several signs of impairment, including small pupils, flushed skin, dry mouth. How do they know he had dry mouth?
Open that mouth. Let me see that.
And visible irritation to the inside of his nose. Now, Spain also had a small blue straw in his back pocket, according to troopers, repeatedly cleared his throat, sniffed, and spit during the traffic stop. He did refuse a field sobriety test. Was arrested.
Yeah, I mean, field sobriety test, I think we probably know what's going to come back on that one, but he did refuse.
And I don't know why people refuse, because if you refuse, you're automatically,
I've always wondered that.
always get your license revoked, because it might be different state by state, but at least here, when you sign the back of your license, you're consenting to any field sobriety exercise.
I'm not traveling in a car. It's a conveyance. I'm not traveling by commerce. This is my movie.
I've seen these guys on TikTok. They drive me crazy.
Seen too many body cam footages of
the First Amendment guys.
Oh, yeah.
So a New York advertising executive arrested early Saturday morning for allegedly urinating off a rooftop bar onto several victims below. Was it Gary Miller, the ESPN employee, that did it in Cleveland?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And he did the exact thing. He pissed off a building onto somebody's head.
Yeah. My wife, we were down at the beach for a minute, and we were in one of the high-rise condos. Nobody peed off the balcony before anybody thinks that's where I'm going here. And we were very low, and my youngest wanted a snack, but we were at the pool, and my wife was back in the room, and she was thinking about just calling me over and tossing it down to me rather than bring it back down. It's posted everywhere. It is a felony to throw anything off the balconies now.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Felony.
Whether it's a towel or
Pop-Tart, tennis ball.
Pop-Tart,
Anything. Like, I remember throwing Alka-Seltzers. I mean, I've done it. Or bread at the Seagulls.
Did the Alka-Seltzer really kill it?
I don't know.
That was what I always heard.
With it explodes, yeah.
But I also heard if you
explodes in their stomach.
drink a lot of Coke and Pop Rocks together, it would blow your
that was
stomach
an urban
up.
legend.
Yeah, I don't think that one.
Tyler,
hurt.
will you try that if we bring you a bunch of Pop Rocks and we've got a slew of
We got all the
Coca-Cola
Cokes. We got
products?
all the Cokes you could drink, yeah.
I think I'm going to pass on that one.
I never liked the Pop Rocks.
How about after your 10th pack of Pop Rocks, we'll give you $100 per pack?
You got to go to 10? That's a lot of Pop Rocks.
Think about it.
Okay, we'll talk. We'll discuss.
So this guy, Matthew Day, you see right here, 30 years old, busted for disorderly conduct following a 1:30 a.m. incident at the Landing, downtown St. Petersburg night spot, described itself as a, quote, elevated hangout balcony bar. Now, cops charged that Day entered the rooftop bar, pulled his penis out, just reading, urinated from the balcony onto the sidewalk. Several passerbys were struck with the urine. How pissed would you be? That ends the night, doesn't it?
If I get hit by human urine?
Yeah.
Or most any urine, actually, yes.
Like, I don't like getting barbecue sauce on my shirt. That kind of ruins the night in itself. Somebody pisses on your head. Time to shut it down. Now, security spotted Day relieving himself, escorted the defendant out of the bar into police custody. Criminal complaint, which noted that Day showed an indication of alcohol influence. Didn't even have to. We know this, right? Now, it did not address if victims peed upon received medical treatment. I don't think I would need medical treatment.
Depends on how much hits me.
Smuff has the best question in the chat. He says, if you're walking around a high-rise and someone starts peeing and it hits you in the head, do you look up to see where it's coming from?
I think, yes. I think your instinct is, what is that?
I think it is an instinct. And then it gets in the eyes.
No, you probably do it. Like, imagine you're just walking around and you go, what is that? My mouth's open all of a sudden.
Oh.
I mean, I hate to say that, but that's
my
the truth of it.
ex-wife Bethany laying out one time, bird shit in her mouth.
That's supposed to be good luck when a bird creeps up.
I don't know about in
not
the
in your
mouth.
mouth.
Though.
I
Yeah,
don't think
that's
so,
a true
yeah.
story. How bad is that?
That's pretty bad.
That's terrible.
It's almost like it could kill you when you think about it.
You know who I learned that from?
Has to be some sort of health risk.
Oh, I'm sure if it,
For a number of them.
It's feces.
Yeah.
You know who I learned that from? You remember Jared Haas when he was coaching UAB? He told us a story about walking to the arena and a bird crapped on him, and he's like, "That's supposed to be good luck." I'd never heard that before until then.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was good luck for him at UAB, not at Stanford.
Not at Stanford. He didn't have enough bird crap at Stanford.
Now, Day was arrested, charged with disorderly. He's a Penn State grad, co-founder of Ribeye Media, and the firm's head of client success, according to LinkedIn and other online listings founded in 2023.
Well, it's been a bad run for CEOs this week.
Ribeye offers cutting-edge programmatic advertising solutions tailored for the local media marketplace.
Call that guy.
And finally, we've got an update on my man, Derek Groves.
Oh, I'd forgot about this guy, but this does not look like a good update for the bet.
If
you've won the bet.
Here's how it starts. He's ever captured. Derek Groves awaits not 1, but 2 life prison sentences with 0 shot at parole.
Yeah, this is why you never drag this guy in alive. He ain't going in alive.
An incentive to remain free that appears ample for Groves, who completed his second month in hiding last Wednesday in the last, and some fear the most dangerous, of the 10 Orleans Parish jail detainees who fled the lockup on May 16th. Now, authorities had little to say this week about a search that once numbered a reported 200 personnel. A variety of state and federal agents are still after Groves, who turns 28 while in hiding. But the tips have slowed, officials say. Groves' whereabouts remain, quote, a mystery. Now, they say they continue to get tips from Crime Stoppers. Some are in-state, some are out-of-state. And some, they say, are the variety of the I saw Elvis at the gas station tips. Now, they said in support of the search is coming from the FBI and Homeland Security investigators, as well as Louisiana State Police. Now, the reward is still $50,000.
They won't take this guy alive.
I know they're not going to take him alive, but here's the thing.
I don't know if they'll ever find him.
Yeah, the further you get out, it's almost impossible to get away with today's technology and surveillance. But the further he gets out, they're right. They go from 200 personnel.
Yep.
There's probably a team of 2 or 3 that probably stay on the case, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't devote that many people to this.
Well, right now, I think they're just sort of waiting until somebody sees him at a gas station and calls it in.
I'm going to say he's nowhere close to New Orleans. This guy was at least smart. The last guy was like 5 blocks from the jail and was doing Instagram lives. I mean, he was trying to get caught again.
I think the best way to escape is you've got to have somebody that can properly do papers to give you another identity.
Yeah, and get across the border.
And then I don't even think you can fly anymore because of the eye detection.
No, you're not going to fly.
So I think it's either bus and you go to a border, or you find one of these shipping ports. And I don't know if you get a job with them for a little bit and you find out who's corrupt and who can actually put you on the ship.
Yeah.
And then you find out on the other side and you just pay them cash and you start your new life.
Yeah.
That's probably the way to do it.
It's the only way to do it. You got to give up. They're tracking your loved ones. You're not going to see your loved ones again.
Or the other option is whoever's been sort of taking care of him and hiding him.
Yeah.
He just doesn't go outside. He just stays in that house.
Yeah, there's that
That's
too.
the other option.
I mean,
that's a tough way to live, though, isn't it?
Spoiler.
Is it tougher than just being on the run and working for shipping companies to try and put yourself on a ship to a new country that you've never been to?
You saw where Walter White ended up. Would you want to live in that for the rest of your life?
And that's why I'm saying I would rather go to a third world country and give it a shot. And if I get extradited, I get extradited. But and I don't want to give away my location. Just in case
you've
I
got
ever
one
want to
picked
fly.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you got to go the Jesse Pinkman route. Head to Alaska. It's still domestic, but you're really way out there.
I hate cold. I hate cold weather. Yeah. Now, I hate prison too, but I hate cold weather.
I would do
plus for me.
I would do cold weather before prison.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd probably do Planet Hoth before prison.
That is Trash, presented by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. All right, we're going to wrap the show with some heartwarming news. It is our Bojangles Tender Moment of the Day. From sweet to heat, Bojangles has 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with our sauces than hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. You want to add some tang, try barbecue. You want some heat, creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. And if you're craving smooth and creamy, the house-made ranch jalapeno ranch or classic Bo sauce ready and waiting. Head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time. Today on the calendar is July 22nd. Tomorrow on the calendar is July 23rd, and that will be day number 1 for Kansas State and Iowa State. They report to camp tomorrow. That'll be the first time we have college. We've got NFL teams in camp already, almost all of them, I think, if not all of them. That'll be our first college teams to hit camp by rule. They can open their camp tomorrow, and both, as best I can tell, plan to do so because they're in the Week 0 game in Dublin.
Yeah, look, that is going to be an outstanding game. Either one of those teams, we talked about how wide open the Big 12 is. But when you look at Avery Johnson coming back his second year as starting quarterback at Kansas State, you look at Rocco Beck, these two teams, the expectation is to win the Big 12, get to a college football playoff. Outstanding game, very exciting that we're this close. Do you think there would ever be a moment in time where Sankey and the SEC would agree to send two teams to a different country?
It's a good question. Would they ever play a conference game in Dublin? I wish I would have remembered it when he's in front of us to ask him these types of questions.
What would excite you more, Mississippi State, Kentucky, and Dublin, or Iowa State, Kansas State?
Iowa State, Kansas State's a better game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an SEC guy, but that's a better game.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, State and Kentucky, I'd watch it, trust me. The best Week 0 game last year.
What's the final in that game, 9-6?
Iowa State and Kentucky probably. Yeah. The best Week 0 game last year ended up being Nevada and SMU. That was a tight game.
Oh, yeah. Well,
tough win for SMU.
Obviously, Georgia Tech and
Florida
Florida
State. Well, Georgia Tech, Florida State. Why did I say that? That came down to a field goal. But that Nevada-SMU game was a fantastic game as well. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Pinnock Race coming up in about 15 minutes. So make sure you've got your alerts set there. Always, please subscribe. And follow us on social media. Subscribe on YouTube at Next Round Live, social media at Next Round Live. Set your alerts on YouTube so you know when we go live. And it helps us a lot. If you like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads on all of our podcast platforms. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads. We greatly appreciate you doing that. Thank you for joining us for the show today. We will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Pinnock Race coming up in 15. The Meltdown this afternoon at 2 o'clock at Meltdown 247. Till next time, we'll see you tomorrow on the Next Round.